everybody, and welcome back to another day of Gloomhaven. Today we'll be tackling scenario 93, finally bumping it up to +3 difficulty. We waited a little bit long on that, longer than I would typically like, but I was kind of thrown by the 3 losses in a row that we previously had, so yeah, I think it was reasonable to wait, although I do regret it a little bit because the last 2 scenarios were on the easier side. This one at +3 certainly shouldn't be on the easier side. As I was just saying, we're going to have a bit of a problem here, which is facing lurkers with our red guard. Typically, lurkers are one of the less challenging enemies in the game. Mostly, like, I don't know. Yeah, they're kind of just like very average in terms of enemies, which is fine. I mean, I love lurkers in general, and I couldn't be more excited to get to play a lurker in Frosthaven. But, um, yeah, obviously they're very, very good against tanky characters, and especially a tanky character who doesn't have like an enormous amount of shield. Typically, Redguard's thing is that we get to like 2 shield per round, right? And these very conveniently pierce 2 or 3 shield per round. So any amount of shield we can generate is essentially meaningless. All of our shield would just be like if we set up shield spikes and then we play our shield abilities, we're essentially just playing retaliate abilities, but like retaliate 1 abilities, which is really awful. So yeah, Redguard's gonna have a bad time here. We're definitely not gonna play shield spikes early on. The real question will be whether we should bring shield spikes. Typically, I think even when you don't play shield spikes top, you still want the bottom, just because this class needs fire so badly. But now that we've enhanced fire, it's not such a big deal. We could theoretically just not bring shield spikes to the scenario, or we could bring it in the hopes that we'll stop fighting lurkers at some point, and then this can be good. So we'll see. We also leveled up on Hatchets. We've got an extra card there. So let's go through our cards. I've already done the city event, and there's no road event because this is a ship arrived scenario. Yeah, I mean, I think probably keeping these cards cut makes sense. Let's go back and take a look if there's anything here that wouldn't be good for this scenario. We want all these. Doesn't look like there's anything I wouldn't want. No. Oh, yeah. I guess Signs of the Void won't be good here. I could cut Signs of the Void. That's probably reasonable. Just cut that for the 2 target heal then. Bring this back in. Yeah. Especially since we're not going to have as much tanking here, we're going to need more healing. So that's actually quite reasonable. Again, Signs of the Void is just getting cut, again, because Shield Spikes isn't going to be good. Normally when we're doing Shield Spikes, Signs of the Void is obviously excellent. Okay, for Redguard, I don't think... Oh yeah, so, well, actually, no, we do have something to consider, which is whether we still play Shield Spike. I mean, bring Shield Spikes. Do we have anything else? So I guess realistically, it's looking like Barbaric Instinct's bottom is going to be the half we play here. That's okay, because it's not a bad bottom. I mean, this is obviously still good. This, I guess, sort of becomes terrible as well until we Shield Spike. So what could we do? We could bring, like, these 2 cards, or even some combination of these 3 cards. Let's see. So I could cut, like... So I guess the light here makes this better. I could cut this really easily. And then maybe cut this, and maybe even this. How much fire do we have at that point, though? We have just 1 instance of fire? No, that's not enough. We definitely probably still need to keep this, but we could cut shield spikes. Or we could just cut this for just 1 card. Like, I think there's a consideration for trying to go into Shield of the Desert. How easy is that to set up? With the fire move on bottom, I guess, yeah, so like this bottom plus this top very easily gets it, right? And then next turn being just Shield of the Desert. The question is, Shield of the Desert even that good? So in the second room, it's not going to be. The second room, it's kind of like there's going to be like some obstacles and stuff. It sort of creates a narrow corridor that you fight on. Not very frequently are we going to be able to hit 2 enemies. In this room, maybe, but even here, things are pretty spread out. So yeah, Shield of the Desert's not looking great. The Immobilize is actually very good against most enemies in this scenario, so I probably just actually want to bring this. And that creates light for the bottom Barbaric Instincts. I think that's just fine. So then really, like, I guess I'm cutting 1 shield card. Maybe, again, there's a consideration for just cutting shield spikes, because even after we get past fighting lurkers, we might just want to... Oops, I post that. We might not even care about shield spikesing anymore. I could bring just, like, Shocking Advance, then. Another light creator. I don't really care about light, though, is the thing. No. I think it's reasonable to keep this. Fire is also quite valuable to us. Oh, here. Twitch is wanting me to... I guess... Oh, this is like their seasonal emotes. That's why they do this from time to time. Thanks, Javi. I really appreciate the subscription. It's very kind. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting the stream. Morning to you and Wayne. With love from Spain. Muchas gracias. Um. All right. Hmm. I don't know. Doesn't seem great. I don't really care about light that much. Let's just go like this. I think this is fine. Shield spikes is still probably fine, just because fire is good, and bottom heal 2, range 2 is still fine. There's nothing wrong with it. All right. So similarly, we need to cut a card for Hatchet at this point. We just added in the bottom heal with 20 initiative. Oh, I don't need second wind anymore, that's for sure. I guess I just brought that. I don't remember why. I guess because we cut something else? No, it was just because we cut our entire wind package at that point. Hmm. Realistically, I think I want to cut Disorienting Barrage for this scenario. Disorienting Barrage is pretty bad because these are at like 1 and 2 shield enemies, and then after that we also have Living Spirits, which are high shield enemies. Disorienting Barrage will only really be good against Frost Demons, but even Frost Demons are high point value enemies, so you're typically not going to have a bunch of them at once. So Disorienting Barrage doesn't look very good here. That's also a pretty easy cut, and we've already got Ricochet for some amount of AoE. I think we want to keep all the rest of these. Yeah, I can't imagine cutting any of these cards. So accordingly, I can actually bring in one card now. Yeah, I'm not cutting that. We could bring in one card. I mean, we could just keep this for a decent initiative move 3, or I could go and grab one of my wind consumers. How are we? So we do actually have. So how much hazardous terrain / traps are there total in the scenario? So we got 3 stun traps, 2 hazardous terrain. The 2 hazardous terrain are here, and I guess the stun traps will be in here. It's living spirits in here, but I don't remember what else is in here. I think it's probably frost demons and living spirits. So the traps. I mean, stun traps are quite good. That's tough. That's tough. I mean, we basically get to choose here between taking extra lift, second wind, and stopping power. And I can just hear General CGO over my shoulder whispering, "Take extra lift, take extra lift." I mean, we have another 20 initiative now. Let's take stopping power. I mean, all right. Let's see if we manage to make it work. This will be the last chance we give to stopping power, I guess. I mean, the 21 initiative is a little more replaceable now that I've got a 24, 20, and 12. I think. I'm still not going to cut Fancy Hat, even though I don't have Disorienting Barrage. Fancy Hat is still good with Ricochet, and it's, again, just good to have a single 12 initiative. All right. Looks like we're set. So I've already done, like I said, city event. We don't have a road event here, so all we need to do is prove that we are once again, now and forever, forth known as Mr. Battle Goals. Hey, Gripeaway. Was watching your Mage Knight VOD the entire morning. Mage Knight looks super awesome. I was wondering what this picture-in-picture thing was. Oh, yeah, good point. I'll have to show that here. So picture-in-picture is just a feature on TTS, actually, that I discovered because of an extremely kind... I wish I had remembered who it was. I mean, I have a link to the post. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, credit where credit is deserved. Let's see. I believe I bookmarked it, didn't I? Hold on. Damn, I didn't bookmark it. Hold on. I hate doing this on VOD, but honestly, you know what? This person's made such a big impact that they definitely deserve the credit. All right, hold on. Let's just find. So basically, a Reddit poster. Posted this. All right, so it was actually M. Faro. This was how I found out about it, basically. Can't wait for you to play digital. We got a bowl. I'll be playing digital again on Monday, Betone, and I still am going to respond to your thing. I'm going to do it either tonight or tomorrow. Again, this week has just been crazy for me. All right, this was the post that actually inspired or taught me about picture-in-picture. So picture-in-picture in TTS is basically just you right-click on the background, and you'll see that you have this one option, picture-in-picture, and you can only this will only be there if you don't have a picture-in-picture currently up. You just click that, and it brings up a picture-in-picture option. And so this picture-in-picture option will naturally follow your camera, but I can move my camera a bit. This looks like a pretty good picture-in-picture. And then I can just press this where it's locked to player view normally, and I unlock it from my player view, and now I get to keep it wherever it was set, wherever my camera was set at that time, which sets up a nice view for players. Again, it would be nice if you could do more than one, because then you could even do like ones for the hands, but That's not possible. There is one additional camera you can do, but again, my laptop's not capable of that, so this just has to do. And with only a single camera to picture-in-picture, I think it makes most sense to just have it be of the board. Yeah, it is really great. Huge, huge thanks to the person who pointed that out. And I'm looking forward to the Bolt story, V-Tone. Okay, so goal for this scenario is to kill all enemies. It's a pretty straightforward scenario. Again, aside from the fact that lurkers make shield spikes useless, the only scenario rule is that we all start immobilized. That's why you'll notice we all have these immobilizers over our heads. So we won't be moving a turn one. A turn one room like this is kind of rough for our party because we're like, normally you want a room where it's a bit larger and you can wait for the enemies to come to you. Here they're always getting on top of us because we really all want to set up persistent losses turn one. I mean, I guess except for Redguard here. Redguard's turn's really obvious though. We're always just going for this immobilize. We just need to make sure we go early enough. I guess this should typically be early enough. Oh crap, the battle goals though. Distracted. All right, 13 or more experience or open a room. I mean, it's easier for me to control this. Voidwarden is literally the last person I want to be opening doors, though. But 13 or more experience is not extremely likely. I guess it could happen. This is going to be a relative. I mean, it's a 4-room scenario, so it's relatively long. Also, I'm glad you were enjoying the Mage Knight VOD. Mage Knight is great. It really is. I think it was definitely my favorite board game before Gloomhaven. I mean, other than like chess or whatever, but yeah. For my favorite designer board game for a really long time. Okay. Real room tile. Let's try to get 13. I mean, this isn't that hard to do, I guess. But what do we even do on Voidwarden when we open a room, you know? I mean, I guess we have our Invis Cloak. Let's try to open a door on Voidwarden once. This is at least something is completely within our control, right? The other thing is kind of outside of our control because there's, like, we're just going to play and we'll see if we get to the experience or if we can get to the experience. All right. Kill an undamaged monster with a single attack or beat 2 or less HP at the end. Well, one-shotting a monster, I mean, what is the lowest health monster here? 7 effective health? Yeah, don't really think we're doing that much damage. We'll try to be at 2 or less at the end of the scenario. And have to be at max HP or kill 5 or more monsters. Well, killing 5 or more monsters is not too difficult for Hatchet. Chat, please help me out. All right, let's get our favorite tracker up here. All right, so yeah, we know exactly what we're doing here. This is always our turn, right? And immobilize this turn keeps one of these out of combat, which is sort of the best thing we can do right now. And then we got to figure out what we're doing on the rest of them. We do want to stay spread out, but we can only stay spread out so much. God, this room is a disaster for our party. Can I? Am I going to do the thing that I hate doing? Am I not going to play Master Influence turn 1? God, every time I don't play Master Influence turn 1, I always end up regretting it. But, yeah, I played it before when I was in Brittany a few years back. Oh, okay. Anytime, so basically, it's a running thing that anytime you don't play Master Influence turn 1, you always end up regretting it because you end up making some bad attack and just getting hugely punished where you would have this and kill something instead. But it seems so difficult to play it here. We have the net, like, we have such a good turn otherwise to just mitigate incoming damage. I don't think we're supposed to play it. So, what's our starting spot? Something like this. This has 3 movement, 1, 2, 3, so it shouldn't typically be able to make to Hatchet. I guess we can just start here, because if it gets -1 movement, it might not even hit us. Our plan is to immobilize these two. We need an early initiative bottom here, though. Ugh. Or we just hope that 38 is fast enough. 38 is not typically going to be fast enough. Lurkers aren't extremely fast enemies. No, let's not take any risks. Let's go at 23. All right, so our plan here is to do last journey on this one, using the weighted net to immobilize. Here, we're going to use our immobilize attack, immobilizing this one, and on the Hatchet, we are just going to set up the favorite turn 1, which is, you know, sort of Hatchet life. So we set this up, and don't really have anything else we need to do turn 1. I should just have, like, nothing to do turn 1 here. Pushes are actually quite valuable here, so I don't really want to throw away a push. I certainly want the heals, because we don't have a lot of reason to move in this room. What is a card that I just don't... I mean, I guess I just don't really care about stopping power. Have a great day switching back to the Mage Knight again. Yeah, take care. Have fun. Voidwarden's so far from the door. That's a good point, B-Tone. You're not wrong. I mean, I guess we have a move 4. It sort of makes sense. I guess you're right that there's really no reason. Yeah, I'm just kind of being stupid. We should just be like this. This is strictly better, right? It's exactly the same. Good catch. Thank you, B-Tone. You're absolutely right. This is definitely just a strictly better way to do this. Should I switch up Hatchet? So Redguard should always be the furthest out, because if the far one ends up getting to hit, we'd rather it be on Redguard. Not that Redguard actually is going to have effective shield here, but Redguard's still the tankiest just by virtue of having a larger HP pool. So the real question just becomes, do we need to swap the way these two are positioned? Not really, because if people are getting multi-hit, it's going to be these two. Yeah, I mean, this is not going to get easy after the first turn, but okay, I think we're set. I don't think there's anything else for us to do. I think we've prepared everything as well as we could be prepared here. So let's go for it. 41. So I could have gotten away with a 38, but I think it wasn't too safe to do that. Ooh, wounds, but no -1 moves either. That's a shame. Okay, well, nothing to it but to do it, right? So we're all immobilized. I'm just going to click off these immobilizes on everyone right now, just to save time. Boom. None of us are moving. So on the red guard, I'm going to use the bottom of Swift Strength. I'm going to give myself Shield 1, which doesn't do much, and Strengthen. And I'm going to attack the Elite Lurker, creating Light, so with an attack 3 range to immobilize. I believe I did shuffle the decks, but I'll just reshuffle everything just to be careful. I mean, that obviously wouldn't be a natural order, and I think the game reshuffles the decks between scenarios as well, so there's really no reason to think that they weren't, but whatever. Okay, so a +2 on our 3 is 5. This has 2 shield, so we get 3 damage. That's really nice, and it's immobilized. Beautiful. Okay, so then next up is Hatchet. Hatchet, we're just going to gain 2 experience, as we always do. Activate the favorite, and we can't move, so this is just discarded. All right, favorite is ready to go. It's pretty much always worth doing this, right? Because like if you attack turn 1 on Hatchet, you're doing like 3, maybe 4 damage, right? I mean, obviously the exception to this is if you do Disorienting Barrage, Fancy Hat. So basically, by setting up the favorite turn 1, you're just by turn 2 you're always going to have done the same amount of damage, more or less. Only you'll now have the favorite setup going forward. So it's pretty much always worth it to do it on Hatchet. The favorite is just actually that good. Okay, so on the Voidwarden, we're going to create Dark, and we're going to do an attack 4, range 3 curse. And we're going to attack this lurker here, and we're going to use our nifty weighted net. Yep. Okay, that's a nice start. So take 7, down to 4, gets immobilized, and we put a curse in their deck. Their curses are down here. All right. Lurkers go. So this one and this one just lose immobilize. And this one does have 3 movement. 1, 2. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it can't actually reach. Huh. Yeah, I guess that's true. For some reason, I was counting 1 more movement, or I was just being a derp before. Yeah, okay. So it actually doesn't hit us. That's amazing. So we just had a great turn, or we took no damage. I mean, admittedly, we're now getting like closed in around on us, but you know, we got the favorite set up. All right. And speaking of, this has got to be a favorite ricochet situation, right? I guess the annoying thing is I really want to hit here with Hatchet, because this is 4. This is such an easy one to kill. But then I can't ricochet. I could just do a regular attack there. Or I could try ricocheting on these two. I guess ricocheting on these two isn't very good. At the same time, getting the favorite lodged in one of them could be good to start repeat shotting. But actually, no, because if I killed this one here, then I can just pick up the favorite with retrieval. Yeah, that's actually the best thing to do here. So let's just wait a turn on the Fancy Hat combo. 24 initiative is not always going to be good enough, but it should often be good enough. We'll hope, right? Because this just makes too much sense. We get to do a center mass here, attack this, use the favorite as an attack 7. So even if we flip a -2, this kills, and then we just get to immediately go pick it up with retrieval. All right. So as for you, this move disarm definitely seems like where we want to be at. Just going up here and disarming the elite, which is definitely the most threatening enemy in the room. I guess we can do a double disarm, but then our initiative sucks. We have light, so I could be doing this bottom instead. A wound bottom, and then just do the disarm on top. Yeah, I actually like that. Getting a free wound here is pretty good. And we can just do the disarm 1 turn later. This just works so well because we have the light set up right now. Otherwise, we don't really have any great bottom to do, or any great top to do with this. I don't even know what we'd be doing. I mean, we'd be doing like this maybe even for fire setup, even though it wouldn't be very good. I think this is just a better way to go about this, because this way we're still going to get a disarm on one of them, and we're going to get a wound on one of them as well, which is pretty valuable. Good starting draws, which means you're going to pull badly later. Yeah, for sure. I was thinking the exact same thing. That's sort of just how it equals out for me, but that's fine. I mean, the downside, I guess, of this turn is we're sort of like, we're making an attack 1 and attack 2 on something with 2 shield, but we have strengthen, so kind of wasting our strengthen, but still, it's a very good turn. It gives us good initiative. Like, 12 initiative beats, I think, everything. Lurkers might have an 11 initiative, actually, but I think the 11 initiative isn't an attack, so this would still be fine. You don't face Lurkers very often, so I don't remember their abilities that well. Okay, so in that case, what are we looking at? I mean, if this is going here and stopping this, this ultimately should... It should still make it to here to hit 2 targets. But if I don't get Master Influence set up, I'm going to regret it. So let's just set up Master Influence here. Let's not be stupid. Like, yeah, sure, I could do... Actually, I'm not even ranged. I couldn't even give and take that one. Yeah, no. No, let's just... I mean, whatever. If they get an attack off, they get an attack off. We brought our other healing card. We've got a fair amount of healing here, so we should be fine. I'm still going to go for a stun, presuming that it's going to be in range afterwards. I guess what happens if it doesn't move? Even if it gets -1 movement, it's still going to here and it'll be in range. So I guess I should just go late always to make sure it's moved up. And only if it does its thing where it doesn't move, then it'll stay here. I mean, like, I guess there's multiple ways that it doesn't move, though, right? I wish we could swap positions between Hatchet and Voidwarden here. Really, this would actually make a big difference. Damn, yeah, I messed that up. Oh, well. No one ever said we were going to play perfectly. Yeah, it's significant. Because then I would be able to stun one of these late. Here, if this doesn't attack, or if it doesn't move, in both cases it's going to stay here, and then we're not going to get to stun anyone with a Voidwarden. In that case, is there anything we can do better on bottom here? Not really. I mean, we can give someone strengthen, but I want to keep Wicked Scratch for the top, so no. I think we do this anyway, and we just count on the Lurker moving. If the Lurker doesn't move, we're having a pretty good turn anyway. Okay, yeah, sure. So red guard's up first. Precisely, we're going to consume the light. Oops. I was playing with Isaac, and he made this exact same mistake, so I feel less bad. Alright, I get a move 2, attack 1 wound. I'm going to go to here. Definitely wounding the elite lurker here. Yeah, sure. No damage there. I'll get the wound afterwards. I guess technically I should have attacked with this first, because it's better to have this information. I don't know that it really mattered. I'm going to create dark, and I'm going to create ice. Creating ice is actually dangerous against them. I don't really love that, but sadly I don't have a choice. I'm definitely going to also... Again, it's worse to make attacks here, but this thing hits harder, so I'd rather disarm this. So we're going to hit that as well, with our attack 2 disarm. Okay. So we do 1 total damage between our 2 attacks, which is a little unfortunate, but we do wound and disarm. Easy. Okay. Alright, next up is Hatchet. So I'm going to use Center Mass. I'm going to attack this lurker here. I'm not going to use the goggles. I'll save the goggles for Ricochet. Even if I don't kill this one, it's attacking at -1. I mean, yes, I would much rather kill it here, but again, the goggles only protect us against a -2 here. I mean, sorry, against a miss. Even a -2 kills because this is an attack for 1 million. So Center Mass plus the favorite. Here we go. All right. So we kill you. Oops. And then I'm going to do a move 1, loot 1, and I'm going to pick up this coin and the favorite. Well, so the favorite's back there. We'll just keep it there now. And we need to track how many enemies we've killed. We've killed 1 thus far. All right. All's going well thus far. Lurker's up. So this one takes 1 from its wound. It's disarmed, so it does not move. This one goes to here, as expected, and we'll attack first the red guard and then the hatchet. So we don't have the 1 shield this turn. Unfortunately, we're obligated to use a charge of this, which does nothing. We won't use our other shield. And then on the hatchet, so then we take 3 damage. And then on hatchet, ooh, 5 damage. Okay. Ow! Good thing we've got a heal. Okay, so now the Voidwarden's up. So I'm going to gain 2 experience. I'm going to activate Master Influence. And then I'm going to play the bottom of Freeze the Soul. I will consume the dark here. Now that we're level 4, we do actually make attacks, so not getting curses is worth something. And I'm going to stun this one right here, which is good. Obviously better to stun this one, but don't have range. Yeah, I know I can click over. So, yeah, I know about this B-tone, and, like, theoretically I know that I can, like, look at these things here, and then also just use this to compare. Let me explain why I don't. It's not an active choice. It's just habit. So basically, in the mod we use for playtesting Frosthaven, we do not have access to. I mean, like, we don't have all this information here. So using the arrows doesn't really do anything. We have to look at the monster cards all the time anyway. Like, we don't have the choice because the mod isn't as sort of well developed as this one, obviously, since it is just a playtester mod. And there's a lot of stuff in Frosthaven that wouldn't actually work in here. So I I use the Frosthaven mod probably 2 to 3 times for every time I use this mod. Accordingly, I just have I take the habits from using the Frosthaven mod. I'll try my best to just do this in this, and like I understand that it is better. It's really a difficult habit to break because I'm used to having to do it the other way all the time. All right, end round. So two good rounds for us thus far. So we don't have fire, just ice. I do like Strangling here. Give him a Strangling. Yeah, it's a shame because I'm going to create fire and then do Strangling, but I think this actually makes sense, right? Because if we immobilize, I mean, I guess maybe it's better to disarm the elite. I'm thinking if we immobilize the elite, he can't multi-target, but he can't really multi-target anyway. Hold up, hold up. But the Strangling Chain also adds some nice damage. Also, is it time to do some Ricochet Fancy Hat action here? Yeah, we're not going to have advantage on the adjacent one, but I think that's worth it. Yeah, this is definitely... I mean, Ricochet's not getting any better than it is right now. So, yeah, this definitely makes sense there. So I guess then we're not even going before Hatchet. So sure, let's just go for a disarm. And then what are we doing on top? Maybe it's still just fine to do this on top. We actually don't have any other meaningful tops, so sure. I guess accordingly I can just go later and just hope that disarm goes before anyway. Then we take advantage of the Strangling Chain, which is not useless. We shouldn't have that strengthen anymore. Because one of them's stunned anyway, so even if it goes, I mean, it wouldn't be great, but it wouldn't be the absolute end of the world. Yeah. Then we just do this and this. And again, we want to go after because we want the Strangling Chain to be up. I mean, I guess we don't all need the Strangling Chain to be up, do we? Yeah, maybe we do. Because we really do want to kill this one. After that, we can CC this one pretty easily. Sure. Alright. That's fine. So red guard's up. So I'm actually not going to consume the ice here because I don't have any more use for fire at this point anyway. I mean, not realistically, I've got that, but that doesn't matter so much. And we can use the ice for +1 attack here, which I think is going to be better than the 1 shield against a bunch of enemies that don't care about shield. Okay, so I'm going to start by using the top of Strangling Chain. I'm going to hit the elite, so it's an attack 3 immobilize, and then all attacks afterwards will get 1 free damage. Okay, so we do 2 damage to it with this. It's immobilized, and then we'll also disarm it with the bottom of Burn Away the Dark. Okay, so the lurkers go. They don't do anything special here. Yeah. Oops, that's not the thing I wanted to get rid of. That stays there. All right, next up is Hatchet. So I'm going to activate the fanciest of hats, +1 to all my attacks this round, and I'm going to attack with Ricochet. It's kind of annoying to pick up the favorite here, so I think I should put the favorite here. What's bad about this is this attack isn't going to be advantaged, and this one is. But it's so much better to have the favorite here. Having to go all the way back over here to retrieve the favorite on a low movement class, pretty costly. So let's throw the favorite here, and we'll hit this one and this one. How close is this one to dying? Let's see. So if we just do the ricochet attack, theoretically, let's say Fancy Heck is +1 with advantage. We should get +1 more. +1 from Strangling Chain is 3, and then Wicked Scratch as a 4. There's actually not going to be an element, so yeah, it's just a 4. Well, I mean, there is or isn't. No, it's a 5. It's a 6. Plus the 1 free is 7. -2, 5. Yeah, so this one should die with just the ricochet bounce. And Axe is quite dapper indeed. Yeah, so let's throw the favorite here and hit here second. The first hit of Ricochet hits harder, but I think just the bounce hit is good enough here. So we're throwing the favorite with the first attack of Ricochet, which is going to be an attack 3, plus Fancy Hat, so 4, plus the favorite, so 7 here. So 7 without advantage, and then a 3 with advantage here, using the goggles. Okay, so 8 in the end here is 1 shield, so 7. And then the bounce. This one's advantaged. Whew, nice ordering for once. So our 2 plus 1 from Fancy Hat plus 1 from that, so that's 4. Minus 2 shield is 2, plus 1 from Strangling Chain is 3. Down to 4. All right, nice. And the favorite is stuck in you. Okay, then the Voidwarden goes. It doesn't really matter how we consume the element here, whether we consume it with this bottom or this top. This is kind of a typical Taunting Fate situation. But I will use Taunting Fate bottom. I guess I'll consume it there just to say that I've done it. There you go. So we consume ice here, and we attack with Wicked Scratch. We gain 1 experience, and we create dark. So this is an attack 4 plus 2 from here, so an attack 6 with advantage because of Master Influence. So we'll be granting our attack 6 with advantage. Where is actually better to do this to? I mean, killing the lead is better, but the lead is also wounded, so it's kind of easier to kill. I guess it's not really easier to kill. It has the same effective HP for next turn because it has 1 more shield. And the Strangling Chain here makes this a little bit safer to go there, so sure, we'll grant... Oh, no, we don't have the range. Okay, so we have to... It actually has to be Hatchet that we grant the attack here, too. That's fine. Because it's range 2, actually, on Wicked Scratch. I actually forgot. Alright, so Hatchet's attacking the nearby regular lurker with advantage. Yeah, that's a very dead lurker. Okay, so that's there, and that checks another one off the list. Not that, like I said, I was super concerned about not getting to that. I guess maybe we didn't need to use Taunting Fate. Because then we could just move. Oh well, I mean, we're in a fine spot. Alright, so we got another round here. So I do need to pick up the favorite at some point, but I also like doing healing. And like we need to heal 2 characters a fair amount here. Also need to go rather early. Pull doesn't really work unless I move to here. I can move to there though. It's actually not too bad. And then after that I have a move 3. It doesn't quite get me back up to the door. It's a little bit annoying. How else do we kill this enemy? I mean, I kind of want to use this top to kill it. Like, I really just want to do these 2 things this turn. This top's not very likely to kill it, though. It's actually not really doing any damage. But it is a way to get some free healing. I guess we don't really need free healing on the red guard. We've actually got healing covered. So better to just do a larger attack, I suppose. Although larger attack's still only doing 1 damage. We don't have the favorite here. I guess the line is just to pull here and go a little bit more slowly to the next room. Sure. This is a guaranteed kill of the enemy before it can go ever. So it's too greedy not to go for this and run the risk that it does something bad to us, I think. And accordingly, I guess I'm going to play the heal bottom, so I should keep this. Oh, otherwise I could just go like to here and push it into that with that. And then just use this. That's interesting. All right, let's play these 2 cards. That actually gives us a decent line here, right? So if we see that this enemy is going to go before 20, we can just have the red guard go here and kill this. If this enemy is going to go after 20, we can actually just have the Hatchet move here with follow through, push into this, and then do the loot to pick up the favorite anyway. And then that allows the red guard to just like move up towards the door, which is much better. Okay, so as for us, we're just going to spend a little bit of off time doing some buffing. Some stuffing and buffing. Do we need to do Gift of the Void here? Not really, no. Like for the healing, I meant. So let's just play like this here. Okay, so Lurker's going 11. They did have an 11. Do I care that much about them doing that? I'm not sure that I really do care that much about them doing that. Wait, oh wait, he doesn't even move. He doesn't even move. No, I definitely don't care about him doing that then. Okay, great. So, is there any reason to attack? To create fire? We're not using fire for sure next turn, so no. I'll say no. So let's just do the bottom of Flame Shroud as a move 4. And go like this to up here, I suppose. Alright, so the Lurker goes, takes 1 from its wound. It gives itself some additional shielding, but that doesn't matter. And it wounds all adjacent enemies, which also doesn't matter. Alright, Hatchet's up. Yeah, so this is fine. We have a move 3 afterwards, right? Yeah, we do. So if we go to here, then next turn we can still just make it back to there? Sure, this works. Alright, so let's do the bottom of follow through as a move 2, push 2. goes here. And these thorns, so enemies are 5, so traps are 7, so hazardous terrain is 3. Okay, so that's dead. Another one on the list. And then we're just going to use the top of Rip from the Flesh as a loot 1. Because obviously we get all the coins, we're Hatchet. Alright, then the Voidwarden goes, and I'm going to use the bottom of Lure of the Void as a default move too. I'm going to go to here because I'd like to try to open this door. So how are we going to do the other stuff? I mean, I guess what we want is Hatchet to move here. Hold on, what are our initiatives next turn? Oh, we've got 30, so we can go before, yeah. Because we can do heal, heal. So we can heal ourselves and heal the Hatchet, and Hatchet can also heal himself. So, because the point is the person we heal next turn won't be the one we... But I also would rather just bless Hatchet. I mean, I probably want a long rest after this room anyway, before we go into the next room. So, yeah, there's no real hurry. We'll obviously get all our health back here. I mean, I guess both of them are getting blessed, so it doesn't matter too much. So, sure. Let's use Give and Take. We're going to poison the Red Guard, and we're going to bless and strengthen Hatchet. Also create dark, this doesn't really matter. I'm not putting the strength in because we're not doing anything next round. Alright, so this round we go like this, go like this, and us. We use this, and I guess I'll keep Gift of the Void just because it's a better card. Not that it really matters much. I'm going to long rest anyway. Let's not be stupid. Who knows? Maybe the extra healing matters. Narrator, it doesn't. Alright, so Hatchet's up first. We're going to do move 3, heal 1. 1, 2, 3 to there. We're going to heal ourselves for 1. We don't actually want to remove the poison, hilariously. When the red guards... Oh, whoops. No. Yep. Alright, it's all open information. I was going pretty quickly here, so it should actually be like this. We need to remove the poison before the red guard goes. We would basically just be missing 1. I guess it's fine, no matter what, right? Yeah, it's actually fine no matter what. No, never mind. I don't need to correct it. I don't need to correct it. It's fine. Oh, I'll just miss out on 1 experience in the red guard. No, I actually do care about experience in the red guard. Let's not. Again, this is all open information stuff. I was just going through it quickly. We can just read. We can correct this quickly. The thing is, if the red guard goes before the Voidwarden, then I'm not going to be able to remove the poison with this because I want to do this. It actually doesn't matter for healing in the end because with this plus the bottom heal, I could just do the heal 2 bottom on the red guard after removing the poison. The red guard would still end to full on long rest. The issue is then I would basically just miss out on 1 experience on the red guard. And like I said, I do 1 experience, and this is such an easy thing to correct that there's no reason to not do it. Okay, so it's actually Hatchet that goes first. Or, I mean, Hatchet's here, so it's actually Voidwarden that goes first. So I'm going to use the top of Close to the Abyss, do heal 2, range 2, target 2, healing up Hatchet for 2, and then Red Guard, which gives Red Guard a Bless. Bless not super valuable on Red Guard, because Red Guard's going to flip so many attack 1s, but... Alright, and then we do nothing with the bottom here. Oh, actually, that's not true. We gain an experience with the bottom by giving ourselves -1 move and an attack, because we have Dark here. Yeah, it wasn't created this turn? Sure. Like I said, I like experience. Okay. So then Hatchet goes to here and does exactly what Hatchet did there. We actually create Earth, but it really doesn't matter because we're in a long rest next round. And then here, we gain 1 experience. We do our heal 4 on ourselves. And we do a heal 2 on Hatchet. Which again doesn't really matter because we're all long resting. If you can do a triple long rest, it's really convenient to do so. So we'll do triple long rest. I guess I actually have to do it because I actually made those elements. All right, refresh that, and choose a card to lose in each case. All right, well, sorry, stopping. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. As for here, this was really good in the first room. I'm not sure if it remains so good. I guess we never really got an opportunity to use the bottom of shield spikes, but I'm thinking that it can be decent if we get it if we can carry it on to the last room. It's always got to be between these two, I think. Or sorry, these two. Oh, honestly, it could be this as well. Yeah, honestly, this is not great. We have shield spikes. Let's just try to cut that. I mean, because we have 2 sources of fire now. Technically 3 sources of fire if we really want. Okay. And as for us, yeah, I mean, probably just close to the abyss now. It's our weakest card, so yep. Whatever, we got a bless out of it. All right. So, time to get a little bit crazy with it. We need to open the door on the Voidwarden. So if we're going in, we're attacking with this, surely. And we can move in with this or this. I guess I would rather keep this. This payoff is a little bit better. And I'm not going to need a lot of movement in this room either way. All right. So we just need to go in after 26. Can go in with this and this, I suppose. That's fine. This gives us a decent amount of movement and a sort of effective range attack. Immobilizing can always be good. And as for us, so we want to attack with this. I guess we want to move with this. It's still after 26, so that works. All right, there we go. Nice little tight initiative clumping. So we're going to do a move forward with Resign Frenzy on the Voidwarden. Open doors with the Voidwarden. 1. So that gets us this. Boom. So here it's 2 health at the end of the scenario, and here it's 5 kills, and we're already at 3 after the first room. I love check marks. That's why they call me Mr. Battle Goals. Alright. So we have Frost Demons, and we have Crabs. I can't wait for Saturday, playing a level 9 Aeromancer the first time. Can't wait to yell out, I'm the master of the sky. Nice. Nice. Oh, by the way, in case this isn't clear to anyone, because I actually had a message about this, and I understand that this could certainly not be clear. Some people, I think the Aeromancer might be better than it actually is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the Aeromancer is a little bit overtuned still. I would retroactively tune it down just a little bit, but when you flip a push rolling modifier on an attack that already pushes, it does not trigger a separate instance of push, just as a sort of PSA to everyone who might be playing with the Aeromancer. Basically, in Gloomhaven, if you have a push ability and you draw a push modifier, which already exists in base Gloomhaven, it's not just an Aeromancer thing, you simply add the push values together to create a larger push number. You don't have separate instances of push. This is significant with resistance, so basically resistance only deals 1 damage no matter how many push modifiers you flip. Pull modifier, hilariously enough, is actually a little bit better than usual because it actually does do 1 direct damage with resistance, but push does not. There's not a lot of reason for the push modifiers to be there. Back at the time, it felt like they were supposed to be there by kind of like typical Gloomhaven design things. If I would rework it now, I would almost certainly remove the push modifiers, though. They've created confusion, and mechanically they don't serve that much of a value. They're pretty bad perks. All right. Are they both going at 38? Hilarious. Okay, and it's going to be a +1 move for Frost Demons and probably nothing special for Lurkers. Oh, no. Very scary for Lurkers. Been playing that wrong? Yeah, it's okay. Like I said, that's why I said it. You wouldn't be the first person, you won't be the last person. I really should have included something. I kind of just assumed that everyone else knew it, but it's certainly very reasonable for people. I mean, like, this is not an extremely obvious rule. Like, I guess what I mean to say is, I thought it was more obvious than it was, but it's definitely not obvious. It was obvious to me, but that's just because when I was designing the class, I looked this up to figure it out. But it's true that, like, it's not something that comes up. I mean, technically, while it can come up in Gloomhaven, it's something that would come up extremely infrequently. So it's very fair that most people wouldn't have expected that. But yeah, I think accordingly, people have had a slightly stronger impression of the Aeromancer than the Aeromancer should have given, simply because all those rolling push modifiers do not each add damage, which would have made them pretty insane. All right, so we have up to 3 more movement. Well, we're definitely immobilizing you. I can even go to... I wish the red guard... I guess I don't have to use the immobilize thing now since the red guard has it. So red guard goes to there, I go to here. How much movement does this Frost Demon have? So Frost Demon is getting +1 movement on normally 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh. All right, so I guess I'm stopping here then, and Redguard's going here. And Hatchet is not attacking anyone then. Do we just accept that this Frost Demon's going to get a hit? I guess the Frost Demon is hitting at -1 and we have some shielding, so maybe it's fine to do it like this. So basically our options here, let's update the picture-in-picture actually. Yeah, that's fine for now. I'll make it in a little bit closer once we get out of this room. All right, so here's the thing. We have 3 range, Redguard has 2 range, Hatchet has 3 range. So realistically, if we all want to make attacks, it does have to be here, 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 right? One of us could not attack, but that seems bad and unnecessary, especially because we're doing a huge attack on Hatchet here. I mean, Redguard cannot attack, but ultimately I think it's fine. We have 2 free shield here on Redguard from our items, which aren't going to be great against the 2 lurker enemies anyway, and it's also going to be disadvantaged. It's only attacking for 4. I think it's just fine to let it attack and to make an additional attack here. All right. So yeah, in that case, the Voidwarden wants to go here because Hatchet only has 3 movement without having to use boots. So perfect. So we just go there with the Voidwarden. So actually don't need to use the net because we're going to get the immobilize here anyway. So we go ahead and attack with the Last Journey, creating Dark, making an attack 4, targeting the regular lurker. All right. Perfectly fine. Throw another curse on the pile. Okay, so then Hatchet's up. We've got a move 3 that creates Earth, also known as Master Influence fodder. And then we're going to attack this lurker here with Center Mass. Do we use the favorite? It's not too hard to pick up the favorite after this. I mean, it sort of is. It sort of is, actually. So this we can have go to here instead of here. So we can still make it to there next turn, but then our attack next turn wouldn't be with the favorite. I guess I don't love that. But it will kill this, which is nice. I mean, that plus this should kill it. I suppose if we don't attack this turn with the favorite, we don't attack next turn with the favorite, it's more or less the same thing. Except this time this way we just get an enemy dead sooner. So that's probably worth it. Alright, so let's throw the favorite. So we'll make an attack 7 here. So +1 is 8, so it does 7 actual damage. He's down to 1. And poisoned. Shouldn't matter, but technically could. Okay. And so then Redguard goes, and we're going to move 3 with the bottom of Healing Sands. 1, 2, 3. All attacks on us this round have disadvantage. And then we're going to attack with the top of Blinding Sickle on this lurker here. Okay, so it's dead. And that's that. Frost. Technically, we get to choose the order for these 2 monsters, but it doesn't really change anything. Lurker has, 3 movement. Sure. 1, 2, 3. And then you have 5 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the favorite should be here, by the way. I would much rather have this lurker, this be here. I get to choose between these 2 spots, and this gives me a path to favorite. This would not. So this is much better. Okay, and attacks at -1, so 4 with disadvantage. Disadvantage in helmet. Why? Why? Hilariously, so, I mean, this comes up relatively often with the helmet. So this is actually a +0 against us because we have the iron helmet, but the game doesn't know that. Basically, is the best way I can put it. So the +1 is actually the choice here. I mean, is the game's choice, basically. So this is actually a +1, not a +0, sadly. So a +1 on a 4 is a 5. If I'm not wrong. Yep, pretty rough disadvantage attack. Yep, because he had -1, but then +1, so 5. We'll use these 2 things now because they're not getting any better when we start fighting lurkers. So we take 3. I mean, it's fine, but ugh. Wait, really? Yeah, really. So this is actually in the FAQ too. Basically, the game does not. Modifier flips are independent of everything else. Basically, Isaac wanted sort of like very simple to understand systems in the game. And like the more you make like one system interact with another system, the more things become more complicated, essentially. So more or less, you're just always supposed to just look at this independently of everything else in the game, so as to make it easier to evaluate this system of disadvantage, right? So Simply, you look at the numerical value here and the numerical value here, disregarding everything else in the game. So on an attack 4, this is a 5 and this is an 8. So with disadvantage, we take the lower value. So here there's no ambiguity because there is just a numerically lower value in this system, which again is a +1 as a 5 attack rather than an 8 attack. In reality, this is actually a 4 attack and that's a 5 attack, but again, that's not actually how the game considers it. Could you have done this the other way? Like, could it be ruled the different way? Like, could it? Not saying should it. Could the game have ruled this differently? Yes, absolutely. Because this is a little bit frustrating, but whatever. Honestly, the Iron Helmet's a really good item already, so when this happens occasionally, it's frustrating, but it's not making the Iron Helmet bad. No worries. Learning that you've been playing Gloomhaven rules wrong is one of the most core parts of the Gloomhaven experience possible. All right. So what are we up to now? I like a Gift of the Void here. Because I don't want to be gifting Wicked Scratches against something with such high retaliate, but getting Poison on it is pretty good. I don't mind stunning it, but it doesn't look like that's going to be what we do this turn. It's probably that next turn. So what am I doing this turn to go fast? Yeah, 23 initiative is pretty fast. I mean, it's not that I have to be blazingly fast, right? Because it's just we have to go before Hatchet moves over to there. So we go at 23. We get to use the Dark for a free curse. We get to use one of the other elements for the Master Influence on Gift of the Void. We get to make an attack 5 poison. Getting poison on this is obviously quite valuable since this is a pretty tough enemy. I mean, tough to kill enemy, not really tough enemy. All right, and as for us on the red guard, we're definitely just going to do Burn Away the Dark and Barbaric Instincts. Barbaric Instincts isn't really doing anything here, since he's not going to attack, since my plan is to disarm him. But I'm basically just using Barbaric Instincts to have an early initiative, and it does 1 damage on top while not attacking. I just don't really want to be attacking into Retaliate 3 right now, especially while missing health, and disarming it this round seems really good, since we can potentially get a stun on it next round with the Voidwarden. Okay, so we need to do a move 3 to go pick up the favorite. Oh god, I actually just straight up don't have any move 3s left, huh? Yeah, those are our 2 move 3s, and we brought this, but there's a loss. Yeah, honestly, I should have brought Second Wind over this. I mean, it's fine. We can just use our boots to get the favorite here. I mean, we could do Retrieval to get the favorite with boots, but then we'd be attacking with disadvantage, or we'd be attacking this one, but I think I'd rather be attacking here. So what are we going to do as a move 2 then to go get the favorite here? Probably just follow through. Yeah. I don't know, Ricochet is not looking very good here. I can't throw the favorite into him this turn, though, so it's pretty unlikely that we're getting any value out of follow through. What else am I playing here, then? So I guess once I have the favorite, the 2 cards I want to be playing like are this and this, but there's also a possibility of wanting to play this, and I kind of want these 2 as attacks. This is tough, because that's kind of how these all work. If it make you feel better, I recently learned that all logs are difficult to read. Fair. What is the Gloomhaven rule that I recently learned? Well, I mean, yeah, I talked about this on the stream a couple weeks ago. I recently learned that target all adjacent does not have to target all enemies. I mean, that you can choose which ones to target, which again was not something I knew. But apparently that's one most people don't know. So, all right. So I really should keep these 2 tops. So I need to play another bottom here. It's just difficult to gauge. I guess I'm probably going to need this. I guess I'm probably not going to need this, and the bottom heel is better. I don't know. It's about the same. It's really difficult, actually, because it's tough to say how important the 12 initiative is versus the 20. Maybe not too important, and the heel is just a better action than Fancy Hat. So let's just go with this here, except we don't want to go so early because we need to be gifted the Void. Oh, wait. No, we need a top attack this turn. Oh, I guess it is just follow through our top attack this turn, huh? I love that. I mean, is this going to make it to a repeat shot? No, not typically. Or Ricochet, sorry. What if we just use Ricochet here, then, as our attack? Because at least this is an attack 3, right? It's not like initiative matters here. Sure. Alright, let's go. So Frost Demon is doing... Is this doing wounding thing? No, that's the lurkers. Getting me too confused. Okay. Alright. Well, he's not attacking, so... kind of our plan for nothing here. And the Lurker is -1 move, so not really making it to us. Hmm. Do I take some more damage to get a wound on the Frost Demon is basically the question then. Getting a wound on the Frost Demon is not bad. No, we're going to kill this enemy pretty quickly. Let's not take any unnecessary damage. Alright, well, I'm not doing much here. I'm just going to use Barbaric Instincts to do 1 damage. I have shield, this doesn't really matter. I'm going to create fire. So you have 2 movement, and then after that 3 movement. I mean, I might as well just be moving ahead. You don't reach me this turn. I think it's fine to just move up while we can. I guess then the Voidwarden will have to move till we get scratched, but that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. Is it? No, technically we should go here. We should go here. The reason for this is, like, there's a chance the Voidwarden doesn't want to move, and, like, we want to do, Taunting Fate, Wicked Scratch next turn, and if we do that, we really need the Red Guard next to this, but also in range too. Okay. So we just go there with the Red Guard and just did 1 damage by using Barbaric Instincts. Frost Demon goes, has a bunch of additional shield this round, which is kind of annoying, actually. Kind of really annoying. Alright, so then the Voidwarden goes, so I'm going to use Gifted... Well, alright. Yeah, first I'm just trying to simplify this, but yeah, I'm going to consume the old dark with this, and I'm going to create a new dark with this. So the dark ends up there. I'm going to give them a curse because of suggestion. And then I'm going to Gift of the Void, making Hatchet lose 2 life, poison you. Going to consume the light, I guess, with Master Influence. This is an attack 5 with a poison, with advantage by Hatchet performed on the Frost Demon. Okay, so 7, but the Frost Demon does have 2 shield, so 5. Alright. It didn't make any sense to move with the Voidwarden there, which is why we didn't. So then Hatchet's up. So with Hatchet, I'm going to attack with Ricochet as an attack 3 simply on this Frost Demon. Okay, so 4 because of the poison, so 2 because of all its shielding this turn. And then I'm going to use the bottom of Fancy Hat as a default move 2 plus my boots to get a total of move 3. And I'm going to go to here. Recovering the favorite. And as usual, another coin. And then the Lurker is going to go. The Lurker has -1 movement on his normal 3 movement. So simply makes it to here. That's the end of the round. Alright. Time to do our biggest attack at our earliest initiative. So what's funny is we want to go just slightly after that, actually. So I guess we're not using Taunting Fate in the end. So Red Guard could advance 1 more, but that's not a big deal. Now if this gets -1 movement again or something like that, doesn't reach us. If we make a giant attack here and then we Wicked Scratch afterwards, yeah, that should kill it. Right? So we have... So Repeat Shot plus Favorite plus Poison is 7. Wicked Scratch, yeah, that's already enough. Yeah, that should be enough. Okay, sure. So we go at 21, which is just after, so that's kind of perfect. And go like this. Yep. Kind of perfect. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to go disarm that stupid Lurker that's coming at me, huh? Or I can disarm the Flame Frost Demon if it's going to go earlier or something like that. No. So, let's do the things correctly here. So this is the range. No, this is just standard. Okay, nothing special, nothing special. Sweet. So on Red Guard, I'm going to do a move to Strengthen. Oh, but I can't. But I can't. Oh, I've messed up big time. Wicked Scratch. Well, Hatchet's just not going to do any healing then. Hatchet's going to have to do a default move too, so be it. Alright, so Red Guard is just going to move to here, and we're going to use the top of Desert Knight, creating Dark and Ice. We have Strengthen, the shield one doesn't really matter. Making an attack to Disarm, targeting this Lurker here. With advantage, nice. So we get 2 actual damage. Oops, sorry, 2 actual damage, not 4. And it's disarmed. Okay, Hatchet goes at 20. So we're going to use Repeat Shot, we're going to throw the favorite, we're going to attack this Frost Demon here. This is an important enough attack that I'm definitely just going to use the goggles here. Oh! Oh god. Well, that's less good. Jesus. You literally can't draw worse than that in this deck. That's the 2 worst cards in my deck. Okay. So this was an attack 6 plus 1 from the poison 7, minus 2 is 5. Uh-oh. That is not good. That is not good. Alright. You're going to be standard stuff, yeah. Alright, well, we're going to do a default move 2 at the bottom rip from the flesh here. Just move like this. Come on. I just needed, even a minus 1 there is fine. The minus 2 is really brutal. Now we need to do better here. Now we have to flip well here. I mean, I guess we only have to flip a +1 still. No, we have to flip better than that, don't we? Hold on. So Wicked Scratch is a 4, consuming an element is 5, 6 from the poison. Yeah, so we just have to flip +1 with advantage. I mean, I guess it's sort of okay. Hopefully. I'm going to do the bottom. I have to move first. I'm going to use the bottom of Give and Take as a default move 2. I'm just going to go to here. And then I'm going to use the top of Wicked Scratch. I probably want to get rid of the ice. Is a safe bet here. I don't really care about the ice myself, and it's kind of dangerous to have it around. I mean, I could just get rid of the dark because I'm recreating dark, but I think I'd rather just not have ice around. So I'm going to consume ice. I'm going to gain 1 experience. I'm going to create dark. That doesn't matter. So I'm using Wicked Scratch. So Wicked Scratch is an attack 4 here, but I consumed an element, so Master Influence makes it a 5, plus we have the poison, so 6. This is an attack 6 with advantage by Hatchet. Well, at least we have the 2 worst cards out of our deck, so... Alright. God, look at those draws. I mean, I guess we had a +2 and +1 before, but wow. Talk about getting all the bad cards out of our deck. And just all this stuff afterwards? Yeah. Sure enough. Okay, that's fine, though. It all worked out. So again, we had 4 here, +1 from the poison 5, +1 from Master Influence 6, +1 from the modifier 7. So just barely cleaned his clock. Oh yeah, I should... I mean, I guess the picture-in-picture is fine now, because we're just moving to the next room. There's not that much... It's not like there's tense combat in this room. Alright, so we're done. How's our experience going? 5? Yeah, we might have been able to make it to 13. And so the favorite is here, which is going to give us a bad turn on Hatchet here. But after what happened there, it was kind of necessary. All right, so Lurker's disarmed. It's just going to move to here and loses disarm. And there are no more Frost Demons. Okay. All right, I'm going to play these 2 cards and stun that Lurker and do a heal. I mean, do I really need to heal someone? I'm not sure that I actually do. But I guess I don't have to. I might as well just play these 2. I guess I could argue... No, there's going to be stun... Well, are stun traps in the next room even good? Basically, like, I could use Lure of the Void, excuse me, because it's a worse card than either of these. So that when I rest, I could lose Lure of the Void rather than losing one of these. Because I could just do Lure of the Void top with this bottom. It's kind of the same. Disarming the Lurker is basically as good as stunning it, but it's technically not as good as stunning it. All right, here we have no meaningful elements. We can get to a Strangling, though, and heal ourselves. Yeah, that seems fine. Seems fine. And here we're just going to make a rather crappy attack. Oh, we can actually pick up the favorite. Yeah, okay, never mind. Okay, we're fine then. We're fine. Yeah, I think stunning is enough better. Hold on. Let's see what they flipped thus far. Have they flipped any of their... No, they flipped no non-attacks. And they do have the ability to shield up and stuff. Although I guess their shielding up is 11. Where's CGO when you need him? I'm actually not 100% certain that there's actually anything that they can do. Like, I think the thing where they do something other than attack, they actually go before they go at 11. So I'm not actually sure. No, I guess there's the wound all adjacent. Yeah, that's at 11. They might have one more. This is close. Basically, if they flip something that goes after or 13 or later and isn't or has an effect other than attacking, then it's better to stun. But if they don't, it's better to disarm because this simply allows me to lose Lure of the Void rather than lose... I mean, I guess I can just lose Gift and Take. I don't really need that going forward either. Well, actually, it is good because while we're moving towards the next room, it allows me to give a free bless. Hold up. What else could we lose? I mean, yeah, those are the 3 cards we could realistically lose. Well, no, basically it's either Give and Take or Lure of the Void. Lure of the Void is worse. Give and Take does give us something to do while we go towards the next room. So yeah, let's try like this. Let's be a little bit greedy. Okay, well, we got lucky. Nice to be lucky. All right. So I can't actually move. But I can do a range 3 disarm. And I can move you back slightly. Because why not? This just gives us more space to move up, right? Yeah. Move you back slightly. Oh, I guess I have dark. Oh, I can move you back even more than that. But I guess at the same time, Redguard wanted to do a bottom heal. We don't have to do a bottom heal here. Because we'll have plenty of opportunity to heal, right? We have that top heal. We're going to long rest. And you would still be able to hit. Yeah, this just allows us to advance more now. I think that's worth it. So let's consume the dark with the top Allure of the Void. Gain 1 experience. And do force the target to perform move 3, disarm it, and force the target to perform move 3 with me controlling the action. I'll just move him to here. I guess it's actually better to move him to here because this gives us a path like this while we're fighting him. Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right. And then I actually can now move. I was just going to go pick up this coin, but this coin's going to get picked up by Hatchet anyway, so I might as well use this opportunity to move ahead since, Voidwarden, not a lot of movement, etc. So we're going to use our Weathered Boots as a default move 2, +1 to go 3 to here. Beautiful. Okay, so now the red guard's up. So the red guard, I'm just going to do a default move 2 here with the bottom of shield spikes. 1, 2. And I'm going to do the top of Strangling Chain, give a little Strangling to this enemy here. Yeah, nothing else to it. Alright, +1. So, 3 + 1 is 4, has 2 shields, so it goes down this, and it's strangled, so every additional attack on it this round will do +1. I'm not bothering to place my character token on it for that. The question is, should now I go with a stamina potion? I think so. Getting an extra turn here is pretty good. That will allow us to long rest afterwards. If we long rest right now, it's a little bit worse. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Let's stamina potion here. Let's pop our minor stamina. Basically, just because we were at a 9-card rest cycle, so right now getting an extra turn, it sort of lines up well if we can somehow kill this enemy with our 1 extra turn plus the... I guess the Voidwarden doesn't have an extra turn now. Just basically our extra turn. Oh, I guess maybe the Voidwarden should have stamina potioned as well. Damn. Isn't the red strengthened? Oh, yeah, good call. Good catch, sorry. Yep, forgot about that. There we go. How likely is it that we actually kill them? Let's see. That's actually what's important to look at here before using the stamina potion. So Hatchet attacks this for 5, which is 3 damage. It's actually not very likely that we get to kill it with 1 extra turn, is it? No, it really isn't. So actually there's not a huge incentive to do that. Let's save our stamina potion for the last room then. Okay, so the Lurker goes, just loses its disarm. We also lost our strengthen. Alright, the Hatchet goes. So we're going to use the bottom of retrieval and the top of follow through. Just going to grab this and this. So we've got the favorite back. And as usual, we've got another coin. Huge surprise there. And then we're going to do an attack 2, range 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Targeting this Lurker, we're going to throw the favorite. Well, I don't have the goggles to long rest anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So we do just 3 damage. +1 from Strangling Chain. And that's the end of the round. Alright, who's long resting, who's short resting here? Kind of everyone wants to long rest, isn't that the catch? We all have things to get back, and we all have specific cards we don't want to lose. Can we just do a triple long rest with 1 enemy in the room? He already flipped the target all, right? Yes, he did. Alright. Yeah, you know what? I can let him go. I don't think there's any... I mean, like, the worst thing he can flip here, I believe, would be the +2 attack where he doesn't move. He makes an attack 7. Like, yeah, alright, that hurts. But then we do have a heal 6 afterwards if we need it. While we go towards the next room, and the red guard can do a heal 4 self. I think the triple long rest is worth it. I don't... Like, there's just no one I want to short rest on. Boots are quite valuable. I also really want to choose which card I lose here. Here, getting all this stuff back before the last room, it has some value because there's no more lurkers. I could theoretically set up shield spikes. And similarly, these are, like, here and here we really have to long rest. The question is we could have not long rested on Redguard, but having Redguard just go by himself doesn't do too much. Yeah, I mean, sure, we can disarm this, but no, let's just do a triple long rest. Just disrespect this lurker. Which I don't mean because I love lurkers, so it's not an intentional disrespect, but, sometimes. Oh god, it actually flipped the worst case. That's the 64. That's the attack no move, right? Oh no. Well, yeah, I guess that's it. I guess I thought it was a +2 because I was thinking of bones. But no, these ones, it's +1 target all adjacent. But that is the non-move attack. That is the best thing they could have done here, I believe. Okay, so Lurker's going to attack. -1. So -1 + 1 just leads this to being a 5, so we take 5 damage. More than fine. And we get our triple long rest. Heal 2, heal 2. Okay. So in each instance, we have to choose the card to lose. Here, I think it's always follow through that we get rid of. It's kind of our least useful card. I don't know. I mean, this isn't super useful, but I think follow through is worse. Definitely not losing any remove 3s. That's a given. Here, I mean, do I plan on shield spikesing? I don't think I'm going to shield spikes ever this scenario. I don't think I'm going to do it in the last room, so I think we just get rid of that at this point. No, I mean, I guess the immobilize. No, having a range attack that immobilizes is actually good because there's going to be frost demons in the last room. All right. That's for us. We already knew what we were planning here. When we did it like that, we're going to get rid of Lure of the Void. Again, the fact that, I mean, so because this is real Gloomhaven and not Gloomhaven Digital, I actually know what types of traps are in this scenario. So I know that the only type of traps that are here are stun traps. And stun traps just aren't that, I mean, like, Lure of the Void is still fine as a disarm, but it's not exceptional. Where Lure of the Void gets great is when you have Hazardous Terrain or traps, right? Like, being able to move things through Hazardous Terrain or traps while disarming them is just insane. Lure of the Void is obviously never bad. But yeah, so here, stun traps with Lure of the Void is kind of a nombo. I mean, it's fine. It just basically turns this into a top range stun. But at level 4, giving up, I mean, doing a 67 initiative top range 3 stun is not super impressive. So yeah, that makes Lure of the Void a pretty easy cut or loss here. All right, so time to take out this lurker, huh? Random thought, how crazy would it be if flying figures were allowed to occupy a space with a non-flying figure? It'd be funny. It would just be really difficult to do. Like, the logistics of it is the issue. But I guess in paper Gloomhaven, the way you would do it, or physical Gloomhaven, you would take the base and you'd put it on top of the character as well then. Like, you do the one on the bottom, one on the top, and then you'd set the flying figure on top of that base. The stability of that, however, might be questionable. And that would only work for standees. Obviously, it wouldn't really work for miniatures. For miniatures, you'd need to construct some sort of an apparatus that, like, sits around the character, like like column type things, but like little, sort of like the thing. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but like in the center of a pizza box in the U.S., they used to put. Hopefully, they don't do this anymore. It's just such a waste of plastic. Put the thing in the center of the pizza box so that the box doesn't smush the pizza in the center. It's like a little plastic thing that looks like a mini table. You'd have to construct like one of these that you'd set over the character and then set the other thing on top. It's a funny idea though, for sure. I mean, thematically, there's no reason why it couldn't happen. It's just a logistics issue is the reason why it doesn't. All right. So then, I really like getting off a last journey attack here, because just getting a free curse is pretty nice. But the initiative is the issue. Time to construct 3D Gloomhaven tiles. Yeah, there's a lot. Man, I've seen some people's 3D Gloomhaven setups posted on the subreddit. Oh, they're just beautiful. I'm always impressed by that stuff. It's not something that like I would ever do because I don't want to say I don't care enough. If someone gave that to me for like, I mean, back when I used to play physical, I guess, I would have been so excited to play with that stuff. It's just the time ratio to the amount that I care about is just never worth it for me. But that stuff is really impressive. I don't have the space. Yeah, that's also fair. Upcoming mechanic in lava even. Oh. All right. Oh, because and so then you got the flying characters and the other characters just die when the floor becomes lava. All right. So what are we up to here? So we need to kill this. It requires a couple attacks to kill it. The favorite is in it, actually. So I kind of need the red guard. I mean, actually, no. This is just annoying. I guess I have to move to here? Or here, I guess, if the Voidwarden moves first. Yeah, so everything does work better if the Voidwarden can just go first. But that's not so easy. I mean, I guess it's not that hard. So we do like that, and so we just use a small move here. Like this, which I don't really care about. I mean, the enemy should be dead before this matters, so yeah. That works. So we go like that. So the Void Warden definitely wants to go before and attack with this. Between these two, so this is an attack 5 and attack 4, which is, I guess, 2 and 3 damage. It's still not a kill, so we still need the Red Guard to hit it as well. I guess that the Red Guard can give it a good strangling and then run off. That wouldn't be too bad. Because the Void Warden's going to go then at like 26. So if we go at 19, this works well enough. I mean, it could go before, but I guess, again, it's okay if it does. I guess, no, I can give it a strangling at 6. I can actually just run away with this here. This is actually fine to play right now. I would just always play Aeromancer in Lava Haven, or a certain lock character. So is that the level 9 card you prefer to use? The Master of the Skies, then? I think more people prefer the Tempest Incarnate. Master of the Skies, I mean, like, I don't know, Master of the Skies is really cool to me, too. I really like both of those cards. I mean, I guess Tempest Incarnate is just easier to use. It's, like, just more consistently obviously useful. Master of the Skies is, like, more interesting, I guess, but less generically useful. It's the cool factor. Yeah, I think so, too. I think that's a fair point. I mean, it does a lot of things which are difficult to quantify, which is the thing. Like, obviously, the flying and yeah, and craps on fire. Yes, it does crap on fire demons for sure. It definitely craps on a couple enemy types, and it's also very good with certain allies. So yeah, level 9 cards are meant to be a bit interesting anyway. It's not the worst thing ever to have a really cool, theoretically powerful one, but not like intrinsically super mega powerful. All right. Anyway, let's go with Strangling Chain. Let's make an attack 3. Immobilize here. +1, so that does 2 damage. He's immobilized, and he's strangled. So every attack does +1 to him now. And then we're going to do a move 4 with the bottom Flame Shroud and create fire. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. I could jump to get one closer, but we're not in a hurry here. Okay, so Lurker goes, loses the immobilized. I think he's creating ice. Yeah. Oh, and he gains 1 shield. Ugh, that's annoying, actually. I mean, hopefully it shouldn't matter because we got the 1 extra damage in our math. We mathed out to 5 anyway. So he has 1 additional shield now, so he's up to 3 shield. Okay, so the Void Warden goes. So we can attack before moving. We create dark. We make an attack 4 curse. Okay, that's nice. So 6 is 3 shield. So 3 plus 1 damage from Strangling Chain. So down to this amount. Fire demons seem to always be paired with traps or Hazardous Terrain. Yeah, often. Plus, they even create their own traps, which you can finally put them in, which is great. Yeah, I suggest trying out Aeromancer. I wish it made sense for me to update the Aeromancer more, to continue updating the Aeromancer. At this point, I sort of just have to view the Aeromancer as like a snapshot in Gloomhaven custom class history rather than a viable custom class to keep updating going forward. A reason, I mean, yeah. All right, so we also gave them a curse. And I'm going to do a move 4 here. 2, 3, 4, like so. Okay. Then Hatchet's going to go. We're going to do the bottom of Ricochet just as a default move 2 here, because he needs to get up into range. So this enemy has the favorite in him. I forgot to put it on him, but he does have it. And I'm going to attack with Repeat Shot, gaining 1 experience. Yay, a rare experience for Hatchet. So the enemy's dead no matter what. I don't need to use Goggles here because the Strangling Chain kills. Even if we were somehow to miss here. We did not. I wonder, what is the timing with Strangling Chain, actually? Does anyone actually know this? I'm going to take this opportunity to quickly blow my nose and refill my water anyway. But this is actually an interesting question, isn't it? So basically, the question is... Oh, actually, we already should be at 4. Because when we were given Wicked Scratch to kill this Frost Demon here, we forgot to count that. So we should already be at 4. This would actually be 5 if it counts. But I'm actually not sure. Does the Strangling Chain damage come before the attack or after the attack? Because it says each time the target is attacked this round. This actually matters more than just here. This could also matter against enemies with Retaliate if they have 1 life left. But here it mattered because the enemy has 1 life left, right? So if it happens before the attack, then we actually shouldn't have flipped, and it would have died, and then we wouldn't get credit for the kill on Hatchet, which would mean we would need 1 more kill, which is not difficult to get. We'll be getting that no matter what, but well, not no matter what. Very likely getting that. So it's not the end of the world, but I am just kind of curious about it. So because it's not super clear. Like some abilities, for example, the favorite specify after the attack. This card to the target after the attack ability is resolved. The reason for this is specifically to make it so that like things like follow through don't immediately get the bonus, right? But here it doesn't specify that, but it's not clear that you always have to specify that. I read it as before. It was before. Okay, that's reasonable to think. I think. I'll leave that question to chat quickly. If anyone else has, I mean, if there's concurrence or if there's any, if anyone has any other opinions for that, I need to go quickly refill my water. I'll be right back. All right, without a ruling saying otherwise, you agree with before? Yeah, I think that's reasonable. All right, so we'll just won't give ourselves the kill credit, but we will shuffle that +1 back into our deck then, since we should not have actually flipped for the attack, I guess. Should have just. I mean, that's weird though, actually. How does that work then? I declare the attack, but then the target just dies before I flip? So I'm like, I attack you, and then the enemy's like, no, and just dies. It's kind of weird. I wonder. Anywho, I mean, whatever. We theoretically, maybe we shouldn't shuffle the +1 back into our deck then. Maybe we were supposed to flip anyway, but then it still dies before the attack. I don't really know. We did remember to put the curse in there, didn't we? Yes, we did. All right, good. Good, good, good. Okay, so the favorite is right here on the ground. We got to go grab that. So it's gonna take us a little time. All right, let's recenter the PNP. Oops. Just do it like this for now. We'll agree. We'll zoom in when we get to the next room. All right. That was too cool. I couldn't deal. Yeah. That's a fair way of approaching it. I would say. Okay. I guess I could either do retrieval to here, but I could also just do my loot. So I could actually just move like to here. Here and here are the same distance from the door, so there's no reason to use move 3. So we can just do a move 2 to there, do a loot action to pick this up. So you and I guess I'm just playing retrieval here anyway. I'm probably gonna. It feels kind of bad to stamina potion, doesn't it? Anyway, I mean we're playing these 2 cards. All right. As for us, we're basically already to the door. Certainly going to be playing our top self heal, and the bottom we play doesn't really matter too much. It's just like throw away a card. And here, I really want to do give and take. I want to be blessing Hatchet though. Hatchet's moving at 20, so we need to just go after. That's easy enough. At 21. And just move with like this. Sure. All right, here goes. So Hatchet's up first. We're going to just do the bottom retrieval's default move 2, and then we're going to do the top of Rip from the Flesh as the loot 1. Right here, grabbing this and grabbing this. So we've got the favorite back finally. Oh, how we missed it. And we're done. Then here, we're going to create Dark with Give and Take. We're going to Bless and Strengthen. The Strengthen really doesn't matter. I'm not going to place it. We're not going into the room next turn. Well, maybe we are. All right, let's never say never, I guess. Put a Bless in Hatchet's deck. I love getting those Blesses in there. And we're going to do, oh, the Poison, sorry, is going to go on us. And we're doing move 3 with Suggestion. 1, 2, 3, like so. And then the red guard is going to gain 1 experience, do a default move 2 with Blinding Sickle, and heal 4 with Healing Sands. Okay. Yeah, there are no special rules to read. And there's some people honking like crazy outside. Gonna be one of those days, huh? Alright. So how realistic would it be to open the door this turn? We could have a move 4 plus attack 3, range 3. 1, 2. Not super great, I think. I don't know. It's mostly melee enemies. No, there's going to be living spirits in this room, I think. I don't remember actually if there are living spirits in this room or not. Don't have fire right now. I think I just set up fire, and I think we go in next turn, because then I can go in with Burn Away the Dark, which is so good. I can go in with like this combo here. It's actually not a ton of movement, hilariously. I would actually rather have something with more movement when I go in. Sadly, that is not the case. I mean, I think we'll be doing that anyway. It does give us 1 shield and the Strengthen for Burn Away the Dark, so it's still pretty good. So I think I'm just playing this and this here, and giving Hatchet a turn to catch up. All right, so we might as well create an element. In that case, I think I'm just gonna probably Stand Pot here, just to get an extra turn, which is effective. All right, and so for you, I can either do a heal or a Strengthen. I guess Strengthen Hatchet for next turn wouldn't be bad, but healing off this poison or healing Redguard up to full also wouldn't be bad. I guess the question is, what do I want to do next turn? I could also do Taunting Fate even. I suppose next turn I probably want to do like this and this. Yeah. Possible that I can stun and do a range attack, or I just move into a range attack. So let's play these 2 cards here, and let's go a little bit later on it, and we'll see. All right, so Hatchet's up first. We're going to do this, creating Earth. Oh, I can actually remove the poison just by using my boots here. I think it's fine to use my boots here, actually. This is worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, and remove the poison. Yeah, because the poison can be dangerous, creating Earth. And we do nothing with the top, and I'm going to... So I have a leading attack. What do I want to get back here? Because I'm definitely going to Stamina Potion here. I think going in next turn, everyone has cards. It just makes perfect sense to get a card back here. What would I want back? I don't really have bottoms that matter too much. I guess just Retrieval, bottom heal. Guess I don't need to move. I imagine that I'll need to move. And how early is Redguard going at 16? So I can't go Fancy Hat. Yeah, this probably just makes the most sense. There's a chance it's a heal, there's a chance it's a move, and either case is probably fine. Alright, so Stamina Potion that back. So that's our only Stamina Potion used thus far. Sure. Alright, so Redguard goes. I'm going to use this top here just to create fire, nothing else, and I'm going to do nothing with the bottom here. And here then... So the question now is it worth having a Bless in the enemy deck but 2 extra health on the Redguard? So a Bless in the enemy deck is not the worst if the red guard's the only one getting attacked. No one but the red guard has really been getting attacked much in this scenario. Although this room is going to be a little bit different than that because, like here, I mean, in this first room it could have been, but we were kind of able to. I mean, we got a bit lucky, I guess is the best way to put it. And then here it was really front to back fighting because it's such like narrow choke points the entire way. Here with Living Spirits, which can do multi-target AoEs and kind of like enemies coming like in a larger room where we can more easily be surrounded, it's more possible that our allies get attacked, which does make the Bless rather risky. But we also get an experience. I like experience. All right, let's. Man, this is close. At the same time, we've put a bunch of curses in their deck too. So putting a Bless is essentially, even as another +0, is kind of a net negative into their deck right now. No, realistically, that's probably not worth 2 life. And I do care about experience, but the Voidwarden's out leveling everyone anyway. All right, so let's just do Wicked Scratch and strengthen. I guess re-strengthen Hatchet, who gains strengthen again, and we'll do nothing on top here. Okay. So these are the cards we're playing. I think it's probably latest possible initiative for us. These are the cards we're playing, earlier initiative. And these are the cards we're playing. I think we want slightly later initiative on this because we'd rather let enemies potentially move up, potentially hit the red guard so we can heal. I mean, realistically, we're probably always having to move to there, but similarly, going later, less chance of getting multi-targeted. Yeah. All right, let's go with Swift Strength. Into the room we go. So one more movement afterwards. Man, I miss having boots. Yeah. So I'm gonna be able to hit 2 enemies. If I had one more movement, if I had Boots of Striding, I could hit 3 enemies here with this, which would be so much better. All right, what are you all up to? Yeah, the standard. Okay, AoEs. So yeah, I mean we're always going to here. This is a given. All right, I could go to there, but that's not better. Man, one more movement, huh? Getting a wound on a third one of these is such a big difference. God, stupid jump boots. I mean, like the jump boots are fine on the red guard. It's just like I really would have a third pair of weathered shoes on this character if I could. Boots of Striding / weathered shoes being limited to 2 is so brutal. All right. So we strengthen ourselves. Not that this matters much. We're making it. In fact, could I just opt not to strengthen myself here? I guess. Is that optional? So the beneficial effects on abilities are optional, but if I play the shield, is the enhancement dot that's tied to it optional? I guess so, because if you were to enhance, maybe? Because I legitimately don't want strength in here. Whatever. I'm not sure if it's optional or not. I think it should be, but I'm not sure. It's a little bit weird with how enhancement dots work. I guess it's okay, because having the strength in for next turn will still be alright. The reason why I don't want it, because I don't want to increase my chance of drawing blesses on these attack 1s against enemies with a million shield, but whatever. I guess we have 1 bless in our deck. Yeah. So be it. Alright, we'll consume the fire. We'll gain 1 experience. We're going to do Burn Away the Dark, attack 1, wound, target all enemies within 2 X's, which is just going to be number 6 and number 3. Alright, well, we didn't get a bless, fortunately. Didn't do any damage with these attacks, kind of as expected. Basic on digital, it isn't, but they aren't always right. Yeah, so I'm not sure. It's a little weird. Well, on digital, you don't have the option for any added effects, right? Like, for example, I'm just thinking now, like, if I'm the Tinkerer and I make an attack with Stun Shot, I don't have the option to not stun the enemy. So digital definitely doesn't interpret added effects correctly to begin with. I understand why that is, because that would add a lot of additional prompting if the player was you had to give the player the choice to add every additional effect. And I think it's mostly reasonable they just assume you want the added effects, although technically it's not always true. So I can understand why that's shorthanded the way it is. But yeah, this one is a little different than typical added effects. Like, I know I could not perform the shield, that's an option, but I wonder if I perform the shield if I have the option not to perform this. So I don't know. Anyway, it worked out fine anyway. All right, so we're gonna get muddled here. Take a bunch of attacks. So what are their ranges? So their attacks are at -1, but their ranges stay the same. It's range 4. So yeah. So these two are gonna take 1 from the wound. Getting wound on these was very valuable. Although, admittedly, they have they have 2 self heals, I think. Maybe only 1. I guess they just always flip the 1. So it doesn't seem like wound ever works. All right. So yeah, just all of them are attacking the red guard, all from where they are. All the attacks are for 2. So 3. We have 1 innate shield from this. None. We take 1. Sure, not too bad. Still haven't drawn any curses, but I didn't want them to draw curses there, so I'm perfectly happy with that. All right, so Hatchet's up. Burger. Sadly, this doesn't have range 3. So anyway, we're going to use the bottom rip from the flesh as default move 2. We're going to go to here. I don't have my boots anymore anyway. I can only attack one of these wounded ones, which sort of sucks. But I guess I can easily enough. Like, if I kill this one with a favorite, I can just retrieval it and immediately use it. So this is still fine. All right, center mass. Attacking here, using the favorite. I'm definitely not gogglizing this. This is already wounded. And I have a ton of cards in my deck. I mean, yeah, that's annoying, but I had 17 cards in my deck and no rolling modifiers, so we were 1 out of 17 to miss, and everything else is perfectly fine. Like, even if we flip a -2, this is an attack 7, so 5 damage actually puts it to 1, and it dies from the wound. Again, it never made sense to use the goggles here. Like, yeah, sure, hindsight's 20/20, but again, we were flipping a 1 out of 17 to miss on an enemy that's not like the highest priority target because it's already acted this round and it's wounded. So there was really no reason ever to goggles there. Or realistically, what we're going to try to do is save the goggles to use a ricochet piercing bow, like to set up a situation where we can use ricochet and piercing bow on these 2. Hold up. Let's actually read piercing bow. Is the entire attack action? Hold on. Yeah, it's the same, right? Yep. Okay, so Frost Demons go. They're going to create ice. They're going to move at -1, so normally this is irregular, so yeah, it just moves 2. Well, still makes it. And attacks at 4. Curse there would have been nice. All right, so 5, and we have 1 shield, so we take 4. Ouch. That was unpleasant. All right, so now the Voidwarden goes. Well, I'm going to use the top of Gift of the Void, creating Dark. Again, I do actually have Suggestion, but I don't know how much I actually care about using Suggestion as a loss here, so I really don't care about ice. I'd rather just eliminate the ice from them. So I'll consume that ice so that they can't use it, because I'm cruel like that. On Gift of the Void, creating Dark, making you suffer a couple damage. Oh, crap. We were strengthened. I forgot we'd strengthened. Yeah. Ha! There we go. You're dead anyway. Yeah, I forgot that we'd strengthened last turn. We don't have the strength anymore for this. That doesn't matter. This is an advantage attack anyway. Whew. Okay. Nice. So, yeah. Gift of the Void gives us an attack 5 here because we consume the element. With advantage, made by the Hatchet, targeting the Frost Demon. This is the only one we could target in range. Would have liked to see a Bless there, but that's okay because we can stun it. Alright, so this is 6 damage, putting this down to 5. I mean, I could do a default move here, but I think it's probably better just to stun it. So I'm going to curse myself. I guess then I didn't need to consume the ice. No, I did need to consume the ice because these can use ice to stun, which is really vicious. Alright. Short rest. Short rest. Short rest. Sure. At this point we can lose that. Sure. No, the only card I want more than this, I guess there are 2 cards I want. Well, there are 2 cards I want more than that. Center Mass and Retrieval. How bad would it be to lose either of these here? The FAQ does not cover that question. Oh, the enhancement thing? Interesting. I assume Isaac would tell you that it's optional. That's his general ruling is everything is up to the player, which is a very fair way to approach things. So I'm taking 1 out of 3 to get something worse. Even getting center mass is not so much worse. Getting retrieval is the only thing that's really worse. Yeah, I think we reroll here. Yeah, well, that is slightly worse, but not, like I said, not so much worse. Oops. Oh no, we already did a short rest here. Oops. All right. So, what are our plans here? So this thing's stunned. We don't need to worry about that. This is wounded, so slowly dying. I'd really like to try to go do a ricochet with Fancy Hat here. Sadly, I'm not in position. If only we had some allied movement. If only one of our characters was kind enough to bring allied movement cards, huh? Or enemy movement cards. Lure of the Void would actually work decently here, because if we moved up and moved this one closer, then we could still ricochet both of them. Without Fancy Hat, the ricochet is a little bit worse, right? Because it hits for 3 and 2 with the bow, and they're 4 health. We can favorite one of them, but not both. So I think we're just going to not worry about those two this turn, and we'll worry about them next turn. So we're going to go like this, and maybe just this is fine here. As a smallish attack on the poisoned enemy, getting some healing on Redguard. Alright, so what is Redguard up to? We have no relevant elements. Oh, hold on here. No, we can take care of these living spirits, actually. I got a new plan. Whilst taking care of these living spirits. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Alright, I'll show. I forgot we had that forced movement there. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, where are you, Ricochet? So what we can do here is we're going to go, I mean, I guess we don't even need to go this early. I can use something else. I just need to move here on the red guard, and I'm going to pull this one to here and make it suffer 1 damage, putting it down to 3 and putting it range 3 from Hatchet. This allows Hatchet to use, I guess I could even go here, pull this to there, and do direct damage to all of them. Yeah, that's actually even better. Just jump to there. Sure. Pulling this to range 3 of Hatchet allows Hatchet to use... Oh, no, because here it's not range 2 from that. Ah, damn. That would be so much nicer, but yeah. Because it needs to be range 2 of the next enemy or range 3 of the next enemy? Yeah, range 2 of the next enemy. Right, so we pull this to here. This puts this down to 3. Then Hatchet can use the Piercing Bow plus Fancy Hat plus Ricochet. That gives us an attack. This one's here at 3 life. We do attack 3 here, ignoring the shield. And then we do attack 2 here, but we can... Oh, no, we can't actually throw the favorite here. But that still kills one of these, puts the other one down to half health. I mean, I wouldn't really want to throw the favorite here anyway, so I think that's probably still fine. It's still a pretty good turn. I mean, it just kills one of the living spirits, brings the other one to half. I mean, I guess it's a little bit less good since I don't have the favorite. Let's see what else we can do here. Otherwise, I could go here, pull this to there, and then the Ricochet Fancy Hat just kills the 2 living spirits by hitting those instead. Just leave this one for later. Yeah, that's probably better. So accordingly, I don't actually need to use this. I just need to use this. Because this already gives me jump, then I can save my jump boots, and my initiative here is fine. Okay. So that kills 2 of the living spirits in the room, and the Frost Demon is stunned, so that leaves just this to contend with. Voidwarden's not really making it to contend with that, though. So what is the Voidwarden actually going to do? I guess just gift an attack to kill the Frost Demon. We have Dark, so we can just move and give another curse. Sure, this is fine. Alright, let's go. So living spirits. Ah, they're self-healing. Yeah, all my wounds for nothing. So red guard's up first. I'm going to do the bottom of Swift Strength. I'm going to re-strengthen myself. I'm going to go to here with the move 2 jump, shield 1 self. And then I'm going to do the top of Barbaric Instincts, shield 1, pull 1, range 2, targeting you, pulling you, and then everything adjacent to me suffers 1 damage. Okay. And that's that. And I create fire. Okay. Then Hatchet goes. On Hatchet, we're going to use the bottom of Fancy Hat, add +1 to all your attacks this round. We're going to use Ricochet Top, and I'm going to use the Piercing Bow for this. Is it necessary to use the Piercing Bow for this? Yeah, it probably is good to do it. So during your ranged attack, ignore all shield values for the entire attack action. So the entire attack action is all of this. So this gives us an attack 4 followed by an attack 3 because of Fancy Hat. All of these ignoring shield. So we'll do the attack 4 here and then the attack 3 here. We will use the goggles for this because this is pretty important, obviously. All right. Yeah. And then the second one, sure. They're both dead. We did still have to hit this one, sadly, because it was going to heal off its wound, go back up to 2. All right, and that puts us easily at having successfully completed our battle goal. Unsurprisingly. All right, so we're done, and we're done. So this leaves just the Voidwarden. So with the Voidwarden, I'm going to do a move 3. Do I have 1 extra movement if I want it? I do. Because I like getting coins. I do. So I can go to here. I could go to here as well. But this just puts me too far out of the way. I think I'd rather just go here. Ooh, auto loot. Nice. I really should get used to actually using that regularly. I just like to click people when it's their turn, not when I finish their turn. So I'm going to consume the dark to give them 1 more curse. At some point they will draw these curses, I think. Who knows? And then I'm going to use the top of Wicked Scratch, gain 1 experience, create dark, and this gives an attack 4 with advantage granted to Redguard. Oh, Redguard should no longer have Muddle either. I don't need to consume the fire. The fire is actually relatively useful to Redguard and is not at all useful here. I mean, an attack 4 with advantage on this is good enough. Should be good enough. Yeah. Well, we do 1 million damage here. Wasting a bless, and this is dead. Okay, so we're done. So then this Living Spirit goes. So the Living Spirit, where are you, Living Spirit? Has -1 move, -1 range, but +1 attack, and heals 1 self. So it's going to be 3 range. So it needs to move up just 1 to be able to hit the Redguard. Move it there or there. I don't know, it doesn't change too much. Guess this is slightly... No, this is better. It never occurred to me that you could pull onto obstacles. Yeah, of course, a flying enemy. Hey, Dutch. All right, so this is going to attack the Redguard. I really don't believe in drawing those curses. All right, so +1 on a 3 is an attack 4. We have no defensive items left, so we just take the 4. We do want to be at 2 at the end, so this is okay. Yeah, you can't pull non-flying enemies into obstacles. No worries. And Frost Demon's dead. Careful. More coffee is a dark and dangerous path. Alright, so Hatchet goes here, picks up favorite kills. Yep. With repeat shot, I guess, and that's not great initiative. I think it's almost certainly going before us. One that I'm happy to walk. Yeah, fair. I too am walking that path these days. I've learned my lesson. It was not worth. I basically sort of messed up my entire week by that one day of trying not to have coffee. Never again. All right. Just go disarm that thing before it can go, since favorite or Hatchet should kill it afterwards. Favorite. Yeah, fair. More coffee is better than less coffee. Yeah. Caffeine withdrawal is no joke. No, it is definitely not. It's a beast that I plan on tackling at some point in my life. I basically, after Tuesday, I told myself, all right, so this is clearly a problem and I need to do something about it, but it's just not possible for me to do something about it like in the immediate future. I can't not be productive for a day or multiple days realistically. So I'm just like, yeah, at some point when I have like a week of time or 2 weeks of time where it's not super important how productive I am, like maybe over the holidays or something, that's when I'll try to tackle this, you know? I mean, theoretically, next year, if I get back to teaching, then like, I don't know, the following year over summer break or like, I guess over winter break or something like that, I can just like try to do the cutting off coffee and then go back into it like more irregularly, just like it's an occasional thing rather than doing it every day. But yeah, the thing is, I tell myself that this is a future problem, but I'm not sure. Like, my wife was right. She was like, "Yeah, but you're not going to want to do that on vacation because you're going to be on vacation. You're just going to ruin your entire vacation by being groggy the entire time and miserable." And I was like, "It's true." So we'll see. It's something that I hope to be able to tackle at some point, but who knows? I mean, at the end of the day, like caffeine addiction is not great, but um, like one cup of coffee a day is not really bad for you. Like the caffeine addiction part is bad for you, but like coffee itself isn't really bad for you. It's kind of like, yeah, so. Even has some positive benefits. So it's like it's not as bad as like a smoking addiction or drinking addiction, or anything like that. So I guess the moral of the story is for now I'll survive, and hopefully at some point we can tackle it. But it obviously doesn't have to be the highest priority, and I definitely can't like just put my life on hold to try to deal with it. I figure if I have to have advice, I'm okay with it being coffee. Yeah, that's basically how I feel about it as well. I rarely drink alcohol. I don't gamble. I don't smoke. Anything like that. So yeah, and I do look forward to my coffee every morning. Sort of like a drug addict. All right, what are we up to here? I guess I could get another free curse off. I mean, I don't actually want to heal the red guard because I really want the red guard to be at 2 life at the end of the scenario. Normally, I would just heal the red guard here. So I don't have a ton that I actually need to do. I can just give another bless to the hatchet, I suppose. Or just, it's like basically I can either give another curse or another bless. I mean, I guess I can, by giving a bless to hatchet, I'm also strengthening hatchet, which makes it much more likely hatchet doesn't fail this skill. So sure, let's do that. And I probably want to move, but not too much. Yeah, we just play these cards here. Here we go. All right, so red guard's up. So in red guard, we're going to consume the fire, basically just for an experience, but why not? I like experience. Gain 1 experience, and then we're going to create fire. We're going to do a move 4, shield oneself. We're just going to move to here. Do we still have the strengthen? Yeah, we got it last turn. Yep. All right, and then we're going to create dark and ice. And we're going to do an attack 2, disarm, targeting this living spirit. Okay, no damage, but it's disarmed. All right, so then the Voidwarden's up. Then I'm going to just do a default move with the bottom of Taunting Fate. I'm going to grab this coin, because I rarely get coins in the Voidwarden. This is quite welcome. I'm going to poison myself. I could poison the red guard, theoretically, because I want the red guard to go lower, but I think this is fine. I mean, I guess that would allow the red guard to long rest. I think we can just probably not long rest, though, because, again, we want to get lower, and the only thing we really get by long resting are defensive items right now. All right, we're giving another bless. Oh, actually, we got rid of most of them, unfortunately, to the hatchet. And we poisoned ourselves and created dark. All right, hatchet goes. I'm going to use retrieval, doing a move 1, loot 1 to here, grabbing this. So the coin is ours. I guess what the easiest way to do this is actually just put the coin there and do this. Boom. And we got the favorite back, but I'm going to throw the favorite at this target using repeat shot. So attack 3, range 3, plus the favorite. This is attack 6, and we're strengthened. Okay, so 7 is enough to just straight up kill this. And the favorite drops here. That's a little bit annoying to get to. Just a little bit. We'll make it work, though. All right, living spirit goes. That's the end of the round. I'm built different when it comes to caffeine. I can go a month without drinking coffee, then drink a pot of it like it's not. I get no jitters or anything else. People complain about. Interesting. Sounds nice. All right. So what I really want to do here, actually, I really want to make sure that the hatchet gets the favorite. I'm probably just gonna do some long rests anyway. So these are just stun traps, right? Oh, stun and damage. Oh crap! Lure of the Void actually would have been fine. Well, it really wouldn't have been because there's just one frost demon here. Ugh, stun and damage, huh? time to take 1,000,000 damage on Voidwarden. Because I really want Hatchet to go there and loot this turn. Otherwise, it's going to take so much longer for us to grab the favorite. So for that to work, I need someone else to tank this trap. Because we can't easily go around. Which was the attack that let you ignore shield? I missed that, sorry. It was just that I used the piercing bow. It wasn't on this attack that I ignore shielded. Previously, I ignored shields when attacking with, what's it called? When I attack with Ricochet on the 2 living spirits previously. But here I just killed this one by making an attack 3 with repeat shot, plus 3 from the favorite, plus 1 from my modifier flip, which was 7. He has 3 shield and 4 health, so it's effective 7. Okay, so let's go tank that trap. Which one of these cards would I rather lose? I guess at this point, I don't actually care so much about the last journey anymore, although I'm probably not going to lose either of these. I'm going to use the other one just to gain an experience. Okay, so we're going to do these things, going after the Voidwarden breaks that trap. And us, well, we don't have a whole heck of a lot to do here. Are we... Oh, we actually can loot this coin, though. Sure, there we go. It's a hard coin to get. Let's play that. I don't know which one of these I'd rather have in the last room. It's about the same. Probably, again, not going to lose either of them, though. All right, let's go. So Voidwarden's up first. I'm going to consume the dark with the bottom of Resign Frenzy. Again, just for 1 experience. And I'm going to do a move 3. I'm going to walk into this trap. And so this is a 7 damage trap. So I go down to 2, and I'm stunned. Ow! Ah, fair. That's an early one. I read an excerpt from a Harvard professor who did a comparative study across the world of all about caffeine and everything. And his statistic was that 90% of adults in the world consume caffeine on a regular basis. Maybe it was daily. I can't remember if it was regular or daily basis. I thought, wow, 90%. It's crazy. But I mean, like, it was crazy, and then I was like, yeah, but I guess I'm not too surprised because there's just like soda, coffee, tea, there's like some form of caffeine everywhere. That's at 10%. Yeah, no kidding. All right, so I've got to move 3. I guess I didn't need the loot in the end. I mean, I couldn't have made it with 3 anyway. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I would have been. If we didn't walk into the trap, yeah, because we don't have our boots. This just lets us get technically 1 close to the door, so we'll go there and perform a loot action. I guess it's the same whether we perform the loot action or don't. Hold on. We're going to learn to do this properly. Boom, technology. All right, we've got the favorite back. This is gone. And we get to do heal 1. I guess that's the argument for stopping there, so we can heal the Voidwarden. I don't really care if the Voidwarden has 2 health or not. So I guess I'm going to heal myself for 1. I'm not going to create the element, because we're all going to long rest after this. Yeah, we have triple long rest set up. Yep, and then I'm going to do my loot 1 here. Boom. End of the round. Don't do anything at the top. All right, triple long rest. Clean. Got no elements, so I can just do this manually. I don't need to do the round thing. All right. Okay, so we can't lose this card or this card. We all get to choose the card we lose. Yeah, pretty easy give and take loss here. Pretty easy Blinding Scythe loss here. It's one of these. I guess I don't care about healing anymore because I want the red card to be low, so we'll just lose this now. All right, here goes. So we're all rested up, so we actually get heal there, and poison and stun removed there. Let's get into this room, shall we? Do we go in this turn, or do we wait 1 more turn? Like, do we set up the fire first to be able to do AoE wound when we go in? It's probably worth it, especially because our allies need to get closer. So let's play Barbaric Instincts to set up the fire, and I think I'm just going to play this because I really don't care about that very much. All the other cards are good. Okay, so that works. So then for us, I mean, I guess I can just do a giant heal myself anyway. I don't have anything else to do here while I move over there. I just move over with this. I think this room's mostly living spirits, so I don't see Resign Frenzy being great. It's basically the reason why I'm not planning around a giant Resign Frenzy. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Yeah, so Redguard goes there, I go there. I guess Hatchet should be closer, so I can actually use my move 3 here instead of my move 4. Play Suggestion instead. Keep the move 4 for afterwards. And again, who knows? Maybe there's a world in which we use Resign Frenzy in this room, although I doubt it. I mean, Resign Frenzy loss. Okay, so this just creates a random element, and then after that, I guess we have the possibility of doing a Ricochet Fancy Hat again. So yeah, let's just get rid of Retrieval. I'm almost certainly not going to be using Retrieval the turn we go in. Okay. So Redguard's up first. We just create fire with the top of Barbaric, and we use the bottom Desert Knight as a default move to here. Voidwarden goes. Voidwarden is going to do gain 1 experience, add a Bless into their deck. What's hilarious is I'm going to draw. I've put, what, 5 curses into their deck at this point? Yeah, 5 curses into their deck at this point. I haven't seen one. I'm going to see that Bless before I see a curse. All right, I heal myself for 6, because you never know, I guess. Again, they're living spirits. And then I'm going to do a move 3 with the bottom Suggestion. 1, 2, 3 to here. All right, and then on the Hatchet, I'm going to do a move 3. 1, 2, 3 to here. I really want to be at 2 life on the Redguard. It's tough to say how exactly we get to 2 life, though. These things make attacks for 3, but we have some mandatory shielding. It's probably safer to give the red light. No. I really want to be at 1. I think with 1 room left, we can kind of risk it. I'm just going to heal the Voidwarden for 1 instead and create Earth. Okay. Got to top off that Voidwarden, you know? I mean, I really do like perks on the Redguard, so I'm going to try my best to get it. Okay, well, let's do the thing we plan on doing then, which is Ricochet and Fancy Hat. But we need to go slightly later with this, right? Because we're not going to open the room so quickly. We want to be the one to open the room. We're going to open it just like we did previously, hoping that as a smaller room, we can hit more people with Burn Away the Dark, or more enemies with Burn Away the Dark. Okay, so we have an element to use with a gifted attack, and we've got 2 gifted attacks, so I think we lead with this one and then follow with this one. So something like this, and then this the next turn. I guess we don't need to go so quickly this turn, but this is also more flexible. Wicked Scratch is just a better attack at this point, at the end of the scenario. So yeah, let's go like this. All right, here goes. So Redguard's into the room. We're going to use the bottom of Swift Strength, move 2 jump. All right, we got to get to that chest before the scenario ends. It's not too hard to do, though. 1, 2 to there, I think, is always what's happening here. Ooh, multi-target. With 4 range? Okay. Alright. We got a Stun Powder, so we can stun one of them. Alright, so we strengthen ourselves here. Boom. And then I'm going to consume the fire. Gain 1 experience, and do an attack 1, targeting both of them. Okay. In none of these cases does this deal any damage. But they're both wounded, and we got 1 shield. Alright, Voidwarden's up next. No reason to do this. We're just going to do this as default move 2 here. Like so. Morning, Dwarf. Let's try to take out this elite, shall we? So I'm going to poison the elite. Yeah, because then we just stun this one. Yep. I'm going to poison the elite, and I'm going to make the Redguard suffer 2 life. Suffer 2 damage. I'm going to create Dark. I'm going to consume the Earth with this attack. And so, yes, this is going to be an attack 5 with advantage, gifted to the Redguard here. Because I would only be able to attack the regular with the Hatchet. I think I'd rather get the poison here. Plus, I'd rather have the Redguard suffer the damage. Yeah, nothing else to do. I mean, I've got my summon, but who cares? Not even worth the time at this point. Oh, crap. Wrong deck. Yep. Redguard deck. Okay. So this was, as usual, attack 5 plus 1 from the modifier, so 6. It should have 4 shield, yes. So it takes 2 damage. Not bad. Working there. All right, so next up is Hatchet. So Hatchet, we're going to use the bottom of Fancy Hat. Oh, do we need to move into this room, though, to perform our top loot? We're not the one who needs to loot these things, though. Redguard doesn't have a loot action anymore, though, so we kind of do need to be moving into the room, right? Well, we can do a little cleanup first, and then we can move into the room afterwards. We've got time, right? Right. All right. So let's go ahead and use Fancy Hat, add +1 to all your attacks this round, and then we're going to use the top of Ricochet, which is attack 3 and then attack 2. But really, it's going to be 4 and 3 here. I'm going to use the Eagle Eye Goggles, and I'm going to use the Stun Powder. I'll explain on which one. So what I'm going to do here is I have to do the attack 3 on this one here. I'm going to throw the favorite on this one to kill it, and then I'm going to use the Stun Powder on this one. Okay. So this one here, so the original is an attack 3 plus Fancy Hat is 4 plus the favorite. So this is an attack 7 with advantage here. So we'll do that first. All right, so we kill that one, unsurprisingly. I guess stunning this one was bad because it... No, so I guess I won't use the Stun Powder. The Stun Powder I had to declare before making the second attack, not the first attack anyway, because it's on a single attack. So I would have flipped the first attack there. All right, so the favorite goes here. And then not done this, because I really want the Redguard to get hit here. And I don't really care if the Voidwarden does. All right, I will make the second attack here, though, because why not? I think it's fine. I don't think I can kill with this. Technically can. All right. So this was normally an attack 2, +1 from Fancy Hat is 3, +1 from modifier is 4, +1 from poison is 5, so it just does 1 damage. Perfect. Okay, so now the Living Spirit goes, takes 1 from its wound, going down to 2, and will attack the Redguard and the Voidwarden. Its attacks are at -1, normally hits for 4, so here 3, first on the Redguard. Of course! Oh, then on the Voidwarden. I mean, that one, it's fine, I don't really care. I guess it's better there because I got it out of their deck. Sure. Also, technically, I was supposed to dismiss this before it attacked me there. All right, so on the Redguard, I'm going to short rest. Oh, no, I'm going to pay 1 life. Okay. So here we're going to short rest as well, just start looting. I don't really care about having Fancy Hat. Well, no. You can run back into the trap. 0 is less than 2. That's true, I actually can. I can run back into the trap and kill myself. I guess there's no one that cares if I exhaust here. That's a good point. I can't actually just suicide in the trap. Good call, actually. Thank you. I kind of forget about that sometimes. I'm thinking that I need to be like a 2 or 1, but it's true that 0 is less than 2. So Fancy Hat's rough. God, I don't like this. If I reroll into Ricochet or to Retrieval, this is bad. Do I have my boots? Yeah, hold on. What are the cards? So I haven't moved 3 left otherwise, right? If I lose this, yeah, I do. Oh no, I got rid of my loot card. Okay, so I can't lose Retrieval. But also Retrieval right now doesn't really do the thing. Unless I mean, I guess it just kind of slowly does the thing. So I just have to not kill this turn. That's fine. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. I can't lose Retrieval here. I can't lose Retrieval, so we have to lose that. Okay, sure. Okay, so what am I doing here? Just move 3ing to there and saving this, so the other thing doesn't really matter. All right. Okay. So what's interesting is I know what's in this chest, and I don't know who I would want this on the most. I guess there's not many small items that Hatchet really wants, so maybe it's fine there. Theoretically, there's a good argument for it to be on any of my 3 characters. Okay, so let's play this here and this here. Do we have an element? No. I guess this gives us experience. If I do this to go to there, can I make it 1, 2? No, I can never make it back to that. So I should do this next turn to go into the trap. So let's do this turn, along with, like, I don't know, this just in case. It really doesn't matter what other card we play here. Because I don't want to kill that Living Spirit no matter what. Hopefully it doesn't flip its heel, but... Alright, as for us... Oh, I actually do have a loot action, so I can actually pick up some coins. That'd be so nice. I would love to actually get some money on the Voidwarden for once. Oh, it's actually doing the heal action. Oh, no, but it's poisoned. But That's still interesting. All right, well, it doesn't matter so much right now. So I'm going to do a move 4. I don't even need to use my jump boots here. I'm actually going to go get this, I think, on the red guard. So, all right. We're going to... All right, let's just put it this way. I'm going to spoil chest number 54. Fair warning for everyone, we're spoiling chest 54. It was kind of unavoidable. We're going to loot it in a second anyway, so I'm just going to talk about it now and explain my rationale here. Yeah, so let me blow my nose. So while I give everyone one last warning for chest number 54. All right. So there's kind of a... Oh, crap. I've messed up the picture-in-picture this entire time. I'm so sorry, everyone. Feel free to point out to me how I'm an idiot with picture-in-picture. I still just don't have the habit of doing it properly. Sorry about that. All right. So the thing that's in this chest is one of my favorite items in Gloomhaven. It's a very good item too, but without being a broken item. It is probably a bit too strong. They made a more reasonable version of it in Jaws of the Lion, but whatever. This is the Doom Compass, which is in this, and so the Doom Compass is something you really want in every possible party. You're an idiot with picture-in-picture. Thank you. All right. So here's the reason we could put it on any of the 3 characters in our party. While Voidwarden, it sort of makes sense with her positional stuff. Voidwarden is probably the worst argument for it, though, because we already have the ability to force enemies to move. And we also have not great overall initiatives. We also, I guess the other thing is we don't have a lot of great small items to get on this character, though. Like, I guess next we're getting a mana potion, which is fine. So that is a reason that it could go here. Like, there's some synergy with Voidwarden stuff. That's a reason it could go here. It could go on Hatchet simply because Hatchet probably has the least useful number of small item slots. I don't know. Hatchet or Voidwarden, it's tough to say. I guess the next one for either of them is really a mana potion. It's kind of equal whichever one gets it. So that's why it could go on Hatchet, is basically because like we could use it for the small item slots. Also, it would theoretically like let us position someone for Ricochet or position someone just to pull them closer to hit them with with like a repeat shot or something like that. So Doom Compass would be good on Hatchet. The Compass is my favorite item in the game. Yep, very fair. The reason I think I'm going to put it on the red guard though is simply because of initiative. So first of all, well, 2 reasons. One, the red guard, like especially in shield spikes, has a lot of like positioning matter stuff because you really want to set people in like appropriate AoEs for your abilities, put them in the right spots. But it's also more than anything, just the red guard is always, I think always going to remain the fastest character in our party. And having the compass on your fastest character has a lot of additional value because you can always make sure you use the compass before the enemies go, which is pretty important. Warden makes sense for getting enemies positioned by ally attacks MO, but Redguard also makes sense. Yeah, I mean Redguard also having a Redguard have the compass also allows us to set up allies for allied attacks, right? Because Redguard's just always going before Void Warden basically every single round. So anything we could have done with the Void Warden, we could just do it with the Redguard as well. The biggest argument against the Redguard is that the Redguard has the most valuable small item slots because we do want healing potions on the Redguard. So that's the biggest reason not to put it on the red guard is like we already have this here, and then like there are a lot of small items I would be happy. Like a mana potion obviously would be great here. A stun powder is great, and then like when we get better healing potions, we might want those as well. So red guard has sort of like the most coveted. I mean, like red guard cares more about his small item slots, and also these other 2 can theoretically switch to cloak of pockets. The invis cloaks haven't been great on them with a frontline tank, so like it's even easier for us to carry more small items. So here we have the least amount of small item space and the most valuable individual small item. Like more we care about small items. But I think it's safest to have it on red guard. I'm very rarely going to be disappointed by not being able to use the compass when I want to by having it on red guard because it's just red guard initiative. All right, so we're spoiling item 54. Where'd it go? Oh, it went down here. Interesting. So I have to click this. There we go. All right, so here we go. Doomed Compass, item 124. All right, I'm just going to switch the screen for a second. That's not the correct text, but that'll be fine. Where is the Doomed Compass? I know exactly what it looks like, so it shouldn't be hard to find. One would think. Why don't we just use the search function? There we go. All right, this is the item. Small item costs 50 gold, which is appropriate cost for this item is very good. It's still worth buying at 50 gold. One of the few items in the game that's worth buying at 50 gold. During your turn, force an enemy within range 5 to perform a move 2 action with you controlling the action. This is just a crazy good item. Alright, so we're going to put this down here for now, and we'll grab it afterwards, because we don't get to use it right away. These are not Jaws line rules for that. I guess theoretically we could have argued that we're importing those Jaws line rules, but anyway, it doesn't really matter for this scenario. And those were kind of weirder ones. Alright, so we're done, so now the Voidwarden's up. So, what I'm going to do here on the Voidwarden is I'm just going to do a move 4. I'm going to consume the dark to gain 1 experience, so really just do a move 3. 1. Yeah, so I guess if Hatchet goes 1, 2, 3 to there, next turn we can loot all these, and we can get all these. I'd rather the Voidwarden get more money here. So 1, 2, 3 to here. Okay, so then Hatchet goes. So we're going to do this. 1, 2, 3 to here. The heal does nothing with Great Earth. And we're not going to do a top, again, because I really don't want to kill this enemy this round. Alright, he suffers 1. He's going to heal himself. Where is he going to go? So his focus is the red guard. He has -1 move, but that's still enough. So he can just step to here. Yeah, that's fine. We can have him go here or here. I'd rather him go here. He attacks the red guard. Okay, so normally he was attacking for 4, but here at +1 is 5. But we have 1, 2 shield. So 5 becomes 3. We go down to 1. All right, we didn't even need to go back into the trap anyway. All right. Short rest here. I should have just stamina pushed in the loot, but whatever. Yep, I should have, because then I could have gotten that top. I guess this top also gives experience. So suggestion top for experience, this bottom for loot. Yeah, +3, and we had a reasonable margin of victory on this one. All right, this gives experience, and this gives an execute. Before the living spirit can go, actually. All right. And here, yep, I've got no experience on top, so this is what we're doing. All right. Red guard goes. Just gonna do this top here. Create fire. Oh no, sorry, I have to move first. Do I need more gold on the red guard or the Voidwarden? I mean, it's so hard for the Voidwarden to loot. I think I'm just gonna give the Voidwarden the chance to pick up all this gold, and I'll just not get any gold here. And that's fine. I guess I could. No, I can't get any of these golds. I could only get this gold and do the execute, and I think it's worth doing the execute. Oh, but then the Voidwarden doesn't get experience here. Otherwise, it might just be annoying to kill this enemy, though. I don't need Voidwarden experience that badly. Right? Yeah, I just don't want to mess around with this anymore. I don't want to milk it. All right, so let's gain 1 experience here by doing this bottom, and we're going to just move next to you, and we're going to execute you. Boom. You're dead. All right, Living Spirit's gone. So Voidwarden, we're just doing the bottom loot here. Loot 1. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. So rare that we get to loot coins with Voidwarden. I'm so happy about it. Wait, do we just get... We get 7 coins in this scenario with Voidwarden? That's amazing. Just doing our Hatchet impersonation, and then Hatchet's just going to do a move 1, loot 1 to here. Were we competitive with Hatchet? Well, no, not really. Not really. Poor Red Guard. I mean, Red Guard typically gets some amount, though, right? So that's why I don't really care that much. All right. We did the thing. We beat the scenario. On +3 difficulty, no less. There we go. Although +3 difficulty is about to get a lot harder for the next scenario, because we're about to... let's put, I guess, these in the right spots. It's about to go up 1 more monster level as we gain levels here. Void, I'm rich, Hatchet, another day in the office. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. All right, so let's make sure that it counts our coins correctly here, because I got so many coins I don't want the Voidwarden to get screwed. So this was it was level 5 monsters, which means a level 4 scenario. So where's that here? Just want to go back. All right, so level 4 scenario means the coins are worth 4 each. All right, so Hatchet should get 40 gold, and here we should get 28 gold. All right, let's hope that it counts right. So 28 and 40 gold. Let's remember that. So we're gonna go game setup scenario. Oh, hold on. Is there anything else what we gained here? Oh, 10 experience each. Okay, cool. I mean, obviously the reward here is a little underwhelming, but the real reward for this is the compass. I'll give the experience afterwards. All right, so scenario 1. Casual 40. Yeah, basically. All right, so let's move. Let's close the picture in picture. So Voidwarden got 28 gold. Perfect. All right, and then everyone should have gotten 10 more experience. So I'll do that manually. We also got all of our check marks. Man, this was a successful outing. Not bad for our first +3. All right, so you opened a door. You finished at 1 life, and you killed almost 1,000,000 enemies. So check marks all around. Ooh, that's a perk there. Nice. Check mark. And check mark. How has the Voidwarden got the most check marks? That's hilarious. Normally Voidwarden struggles to get check marks, but we'll take it. Okay, and then 10 experience each. Oh yeah, right click does 10 here, right? Or no, maybe it doesn't on these? No, it doesn't. It does in fantasy setup, but these aren't fantasy setup ones. Alright. Nice. So the only one to get a level here was actually the Void. Oh, come on. No, I've placed the Doom Compass somewhere I can never retrieve it again. Why have I done this? What a mistake. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we returned our characters. We can delete everything in this area, right? Yes. So game setup, delete map, yes. Monster setup, delete monsters, yes. Whew, all right. So let's go through and do our post scenario stuff then. I'll cut the VOD before we do the level up for the Voidwarden because we're gonna get up to a level 5 Voidwarden here, which is actually like spoiler territory theoretically. So we'll do that after. But we can at least do the Hatchets check mark here. So we get another check mark on Hatchet. And at this point, we've done 3 0 replacements. So it's time to start replacing 1s with 3s, I think. And then we can do the rest of the 0s. Yeah, the rest of the 0 replacements are pretty bad in this party. I guess there's the +1 into a +1 stun, which is okay, but I think I'd rather have more damage. More consistent damage seems more appealing to me. All right, so let's get a +1 out of the deck. And a +3 into the deck. Ooh, level 5 Voidwarden. Yeah, I know. I'm excited too. Level 5 Voidwarden's great. All right, so we had nothing else there, nothing special there. We'll need to swap this in for now. There's no reason to sell one of my other items. I think on the Red Guard, there's nothing really that valuable to Stamina Potion. I mean, there can be. I don't know. On a tanky class, I feel like Healing Potion can sometimes just be better than a Stamina Potion. I mean, with the nerf Stamina Potions. Obviously, with original Stamina Potions, it's never better. But basically, like, so obviously we have a lot of healing on the Voidwarden, but there can just be some times where we're in a really bad spot because of whatever happened the previous turn, and the Red Guard can still go very early and heal himself up, whereas like the Voidwarden can't, and like the 3 healing does make a difference. I mean, obviously, whereas now with a 16 point health pool, it becomes a little bit less significant, I guess, but I don't know. I think I prefer. Also, I guess the other argument is basically when I'm playing 3-handed, I do a worse job with stamina potions than when I'm playing 1-handed. So stamina potions are a little bit worse than they would typically be. I think it's reasonable to cut the stamina potion for the Doom Compass. Obviously, we're bringing Doom Compass from now on. And I'm not going to sell the other item because soon enough, when I get another item slot, I'll just slot that back in. Okay, so there's nothing else to do on the VOD now, I think. We're going to cut the VOD and we'll go into the level up afterwards. All right, so everyone, thank you for enjoying Scenario 93, and we'll be back shortly. I mean, well, to the VOD people. See ya. Something. I don't know.